Happy Monday, people. It is the 13th of March. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And we're just going to go ahead and introduce ourselves.
Morning, people. Happy Monday. It's your boy Big Moss from the East Side. You know what it is already. Just handling some admin. I need to delete all of this shit.
Why are you using two hands on your... Do you know what? No, man.
What?
Why are you typing like that?
What do you mean?
No, why are you using two hands on your iPad? Like
I'm trying to highlight something.
Such an uncle, you know.
Do you type with like one finger, like per letter?
Sometimes if I'm concentrating.
I'm done.
Yeah,
Please
don't.
No, you know what I like to do?
He was doing this.
I like to use my phone like this. You know you do.
Nah.
You know
Stop
the
it.
single
Not like
scroll,
this.
and you do this one, and you go.
Dong mugs, why?
I don't know.
You're an uncle, that's why.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Because you know his iPad, he was there,
showing
and
your
it's like, and what is that? What's the other way? Portrait and landscape mode.
Yeah.
And he's like this. I was thinking, what are you
Are
doing?
you using the typewriter?
Listen, don't get involved in my
I mean,
business.
did you use a
Sorry.
typewriter in school?
I mean,
You think I went to school with typewriters?
you might have.
To be fair, I did in Nigeria. Not because we didn't have computers, because we did business class.
I
and
believe.
apparently it's a skill to learn.
I'm sure there was a typewriter in the building somewhere, but it was coming into the technological age, the millennium and that. So we had a computer room.
Bren, did you use a typewriter?
But I think that was like the first. I think we had like the first computer room in our school though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I think before we got there, there weren't like no computer room and that. You
So
know
what
I mean?
was it
That's so
before? There was like
cool.
one computer per class and everyone had to share.
No, I don't think they had computers. There's a library, innit?
Must have been the excitement to use the computers, but you guys were excited, weren't you?
Yeah, like when they let us in there on the computers, like yeah, it was a big trip. It was a big deal.
Nah,
That
that's
is
so
banner.
cute. That's actually so cute. But I'm your favorite shade queen, Martin Royalty.
Hello, hi. It's just Jean, your fitness queen.
You're so cute. That's your heart.
Thanks.
How's everyone doing? How's everyone's weekend?
It was chilled, man. We thank God.
Thank God, that's good.
Yeah.
Like, where were you when you took that picture? The most recent one that I saw on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
Me?
bagging picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said it already. On Thursday, I went to a Independent Women's Day thing that Skepta put on at Annabelle's.
Oh, is that what you wore?
Yeah.
The banging
why
outfit.
That's why you
Thank
got
you.
gifted stuff.
That's why I got gifted stuff. Everybody got gifted stuff. It wasn't just me.
I'm sure you got a special bag.
No, please.
We're saying Skepta put on a dance for independent women.
Yeah. It wasn't a dark. It was like a dinner.
Why
What,
is it got to
was
be
he
a
the-
dad
was he
for
the only-
independent women?
Huh?
Everything's a joke to you, isn't it?
I know you got gone.
Oh, my stomach.
I know what's coming
Was he
next.
not? Was he-
No, go on. No, ask a question.
No, so what was he there?
Yeah.
What, and just pure trance
There was like him and like maybe three other men.
and just gal.
Yeah.
He cracked it. Wait, so if I put this on, he's not coming.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
Did
No,
you
no,
show?
no. Wait,
Everybody
wait,
show?
wait, wait.
Yeah.
Tell him what was in the goodie bags. Because if you're not bringing a goodie bag like that,
Oh.
we ain't
Goodie bag
coming.
was lit though.
Oh, was it?
Please
We
tell them what
got
was in
Beats
there.
headphones,
Mm.
Puma trainers, some fragrance, Fenty Beauty, Fenty Skin, candle. I think that was it. But it was a good.
That's a
The goodie
good
bag was lit. Like all the girls were gassed.
Look, I'm sure I can get some brands on board, man.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
you can. But the thing is, yeah, you just have to host the dinner. Like
That's it.
So he went there like the whole time. So like we were all in the room. It was like a dinner set up. Everyone had like place cards, whatever.
Oh, so you left you guys to be like in women's business?
Yeah, we had like conversations about like it was hosted by Vamp. So obviously they
Okay, yeah.
sponsored it, but
Okay.
Vamp put everything together.
Okay.
And then at the end, he came with like the three other men that were there.
Yeah.
Do you know what makes me laugh about women? Yeah, women are hilarious because when we were there, it was great, and then some of the girls were just like, "All right, cool, I love you lot, but where's the men? Like, where
Where
are
the
the
men
men?
at?
Like,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was hilarious because there was so much so much alcohol and food, and everyone was just like,
So, where the guys at? Where the men at?
"Where the men at?"
And I like when we're honest like that.
yeah, like
'Cause
literally.
someone will be like, oh, I didn't like it. And maybe they do. Maybe they do. I can't relate. Because at some point, it's all well and cute, you know, girls' day, girls' brunch, girls. But, you know,
Wait a minute.
where the
Yeah,
men at?
because after you be brunching, you just want to get chopped anyway. So
Oh, okay.
you get on the phone, innit? That's what you do. After the brunch of the Prosecco, go straight to the, you know what I'm saying? And then you get on the phone, start, where are you?
I mean, I hate
Don't
to,
like you know us.
I hate to start the week off like that, but that's facts.
Yeah.
That is a word.
So, Gina,
Hello.
after the event, like, how did you all feel? Like, what was the purpose of the event?
Empowered. It was great. Do you know, it was really good, you know. We were just talking about like women's business, like women being women in like every industry that we're in, like the pay gap issue between men and women.
So it was like a panel talk?
It wasn't even a panel talk. They were just asking us questions, and loads of different people were talking. And
Who's they?
So it was hosted by Vamp. Do you know who Vamp are?
Yeah.
Right. So Vamp hosted it. Yeah.
I'm here.
As in, were the girls the hosts?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they
yeah,
were
that's what it
asked.
means, I think.
Yeah. They.
Because in his mind, like, Vamp put it together. But who's the host that's asking you
Because I
guys
thought
questions?
she said Skepta.
So it was funded and sponsored and put on by the. You know, like
So
imagine
Skepta went
you
to Vamp.
and said, "I want you to put this event on for us."
I'm aware. I just thought you meant Skepta kind of hosted it. But
He would have been a good host, though.
Yeah, his mum was there.
Oh, was she?
Auntie was giving us words of wisdom. Yeah, and that was good.
I just know that if I went outside and said, "Yeah, I'm hosting a dance for the Gallem," I'm gonna be getting really nigga. Like,
No, but do you know, can I be honest? Can I be honest with you? It's about how you. It's about how. No, it's about how.
be for fucking.
No.
Be for real.
No, but that was not a... See what I'm saying? Everything's a joke to this boy. Because...
This is what. Mark, this is why we're not coming.
No,
This
exactly.
is why we're not coming.
Because
That's why we're not
No,
coming.
because I can have genuine intentions, like a clean heart.
No.
But if I say it, this is what's gonna happen.
Do you know you're an egg? You're an egg because she said it was a dinner. You said
keep saying
a dance.
The same. You know,
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you how people take it serious. Number one, the venue that it was at was Annabelle's. Yeah, Annabelle's is like a private members
is
place,
proper-
right?
proper
And
stuff.
they kept sending us the dress code. Like they reiterated about. I was like, brother, I heard you the first time. You don't need to email me like every day leading up to this event about the dress code. I get it.
Annabelle's.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Private, there's
number
a big
one
change.
is at Annabelle's. Everyone who knows about Annabelle's knows it's pricey, it's level. So you're gonna come there and come correct. You're gonna come and dress up, and do you know what I mean? So there's that. So like you can do it. You just have to market it well and stop calling it a dance, Marks, first and foremost. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not coming.
I'm not coming. If it's
So
a dance,
women's
I'm not coming.
only dance. Women, independent women's they dance. Nah,
Nah,
man.
No, it's empowering and
Yeah, exactly. But
networking.
if it has struck, do you know what I mean? And the crazy thing is, I
If it's
didn't
a dinner.
even know it was being put on by Vamp because none of the
Email said that.
it had nothing to do with Vamp. It was when I got there on the day. Obviously, I saw
Okay.
them there.
Okay.
But all the emails and stuff, everything else wasn't.
Annabelle's is a very, very private establishment.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if it is that they weren't allowed to do certain things, promotion wise. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Well,
Oh, like put Vamp's name on it.
I don't know.
But they've done a lot.
No, but I mean, like, I don't see why not because
Annabelle's is a bit different.
why?
because all Annabelle's wasn't it just a venue?
Literally.
Yeah, so.
Never mind. I'll talk to you afterwards.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
But I'm sure you can get access to the net.
You could
Got the
easily
right
do it.
version.
You could do it in the net.
So I think you should do a I think you should host one next year.
How's one next year?
I'll do it. I know some powerful women as well, you know.
There you go.
Good.
Not even joking.
I know.
You should. And you know what was interesting as well? Even
I'm
like
not even joking.
No, because when I say things, they're like, you know, like
No,
they
you-
take everything I say with a pinch of salt. Do you get what I mean? I got
yeah,
to let them
because
know.
you can do
I'm-
stuff like
Seriously,
laugh at calling it a dance and getting so hilarious.
But you
about
see
it.
how we looked at you straight face and we understood we were on board with
I
that.
actually don't doubt
Yeah,
that.
we didn't
I
think that
actually,
was a joke.
I actually don't doubt that you know serious women though.
Yeah, you're a serious person. I told you, upper class.
All right, we'll get it done.
But
So-
just make sure the goodie bags are good. Thanks.
Yeah,
I love a goodie bag.
Make them lit.
All right, then. I'm
You see the one Brent sent to the group the other day?
Yeah.
They're good. They give really good goodie bags.
Oh,
I don't want to say the name just because.
thingy.
Yeah.
Mm,
Don't you think?
I mean, I went to.
I've had some dead goodie bags in my time.
No, but I went to. You would have loved it. Real
Kenya.
House. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought that was a good goodie bag.
Did you?
I've been using the spray bottle I got. Use it this morning.
The Ruka was it from
Yeah,
Ruka?
Ruka hair. Black hair.
Veruca?
It's some black hair.
Veruca,
It's
innit? Man heard Veruca said what?
no. It's a black-owned hair
What's it called?
company.
Ruka.
Oh, Ruka.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't.
Really?
No, man.
To be fair, you're getting beats, so of course
Yeah, girl.
makes sense.
And can I be honest? That's
Go
the
on.
second beats I got that week.
Okay, you're just doing a lot now.
Because Jules had a dinner on Tuesday,
Okay.
and I got trainers and beats.
Was his a female empowerment thing as well?
No, it's Ghana Independence.
Oh, okay. I can say the boys are on something, boy.
So yeah.
Love it.
I'm gonna do it. I don't know if I have to. I don't know if I have to wait for
No, you could just do whatever you want to
Yeah,
do.
you can just do a women empowerment
So
lunch.
you should be able to empower women all year round.
Come on,
Absolutely.
there you go.
That's the word.
You just got to get on code, man.
Yeah, we're here for it.
We're ready.
To be fair, you and used to did say that on International Women's Day, that women shouldn't just be, international on that day. So yeah,
All right.
We await you.
We await the invitation.
Well,
And yeah, don't think I was on TDA. You could just say it verbally. I want a whole card and everything.
No, I got to talk to some brands first because I got to start the goodie bag. If the goodie bag ain't right, then it's a non-starter.
I love the fact that
Not
you're
the right
with it.
audience.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, if it's a non-starter if the goodie bags ain't proper.
Yeah, gotta have a good goodie bag.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's good. All right, should we start the show?
Yes,
Why
please.
not? Why not?
So, our first headline is about Rishi Sunak, who declines to back BBC chairman Richard Sharp. The Prime Minister, who used to work with BBC chairman Richard Sharp at Goldman Sachs, said the row over Gary Lineker's Twitter outburst lacked perspective. Richard Sharp has been dragged into the BBC row over Gary Lineker because of his close ties to government and the role he played when Boris Johnson was considering taking a huge loan while he was Prime Minister. The circumstances of his appointment are being reviewed by the Appointments Commissioner. The Prime Minister was asked by Sky News whether Sharp is a man of integrity in whom the public could trust to oversee the BBC. The position is in the gift of the government, and the BBC has made it clear for ministers to remove the office holder. Mr. Sunak used to work for Mr. Sharp at Goldman Sachs, and they are long-standing allies. Mr. Sunak brought Mr. Sharp into the Treasury as an advisor shortly after he became Chancellor. It gives people the confidence that they need. Traveling to San Diego, Mr. Sunak declined to respond to questions about their relationship or his integrity, and instead told reporters Richard Sharp went through an independent appointments process at the time that had nothing to do with. He was appointed before I was Prime Minister, but also the Chair of Public's Appointments a leading KC has asked to re-review that appointment process, so there is not much I can say more that's ongoing, but it's right in that process concludes. Mr. Sunak suggested that the row over Lineker was missing perspective and should be resolved between the BBC and its presenter quickly. He said it's important we have perspective. There's a very real issue with tens of thousands of people coming to our country illegally, and I believe we need to have a compassionate and effective response to that. And I believe the proposals the government have put forward are exactly that. Our next headline is about the Chancellor who will end extra energy costs paid by prepayment meter customers. Prepayment meter customers will no longer be charged more for energy under reforms to be announced in the Chancellor's budget. Jeremy Hunt has announced the government is set to end the prepayment premium from July, saving more than 4 billion households £45 a year on their energy bills, according to the Treasury. Households on the pay-as-you-go meters, who are typically low income, currently pay more on average than direct debit customers because of firms managing the meters passing on costs to users. Mr. Hunt said it is clearly unfair that those on prepayment meters pay more than others. We are going to put an end to that. From July, 4 million households won't pay more than those on direct debits. We've already cut energy bills by almost half this winter, and this latest reform is proof again that we're always on the side of families. The Treasury estimates the change will cost the taxpayer £200 million. Prepayment meters have been in the spotlight after some energy suppliers were caught breaking into the homes of people struggling to pay their bills to forcibly install them. It comes after an investigation by The Times revealed how vulnerable customers, including disabled and mentally ill people, were being forced by British Gas onto pay-as-you-go meters. Firms were subsequently banned from installing prepayment energy meters under warrant, but that moratorium is due to expire at the end of March. Energy Secretary Grant Shapps said, while actions I've pushed for have meant forced installations are on pause, warrants aren't being waived through, and Ofgem is toughening up its reviews. Our changes will make sure families aren't penalised simply for how they heat their home. Meanwhile, the Chancellor is expected to cancel a planned £500 hike in average energy bills, which was due to come into force next month. For the average household, that means bills could stay at around £2,500 instead of going up to £3,000, as was previously announced. And our last headline in this segment is about BBC talks with Lineker moving in the right direction as match of the day to air with no host. And this is what our topic of the day was based on. Talks between the BBC and Gary Lineker are moving in the right direction, according to reports. The broadcaster added that there are hopes of a resolution soon, but not all issues are fully resolved at this stage. However, Sunday night's Match of the Day 2 is still to be aired in much reduced format as the row over Gary Lineker's removal from the show rolls on. The broadcaster is also expected to televise a Women's Super League clash without a pre-match presentation. It comes as new figures show the extraordinary Saturday night limited Match of the Day was watched by 2.6 million viewers, according to BBC News. The football highlights programme, broadcast in an extraordinary format, while the BBC was under immense pressure, was viewed by nearly 500,000 more than last Saturday's show, which had an audience of 2.1 million, according to BARB overnight figures. The show was radically different as it aired for only 20 minutes and did not include accompanying commentary or analysis from pundits, or even its famous theme tune, instead broadcasting only short highlight clips of the day's matches. On Sunday, BBC News sports editor Dan Roan appeared to confirm the shake-up, writing on Twitter, "At this stage, BBC expecting the planned WSL match between Chelsea and Manchester United this afternoon to be on BBC Two, but with no pre-match presentation. Expecting Match of the Day to follow similar much reduced format to Match of the Day last night. Match of the Day 2, to follow similar much reduced format to Match of the Day last night. The BBC was forced to apologise over scheduling turmoil on Saturday as its decision to pull Lineker off air triggered a wave of sports programming boycotts by many of its biggest stars. All that being said, let's get into what you're saying, topic of the day.
That makes sense, right, Marks?
What's that?
That more people kind of tuned in.
Yeah, because they wanted to see.
Yeah, curious, right?
Yeah, they wanted to see what it would look like.
I hope they're not using that as metric.
That's 100% what they're doing. They're saying that, they're saying that, oh no, it's all right, it's calm.
Can you imagine?
People like this format, it's short. Boom,
But I was
boom.
thinking they need to see what happens this Saturday.
That was
that was
100%
clearly what it
curiosity
was.
because I can't remember. I don't even remember what I was doing. But if I was not doing nothing at the time, I probably would have. I would have tuned in to see what had happened. Yeah.
What's the format?
I was on the mindset of, I'm definitely not watching it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I saw a lot of those tweets, but then I saw that a lot more people tuned in than they usually would. But I also think that the stats here is probably going to show the moment it starts, and people would have dropped off. But they're not going to show the starts to the end. The number I'm sure at the end would have dropped significantly.
Turn it in to see the flipping highlights.
Yeah.
They watch the show. They want to see the commentary.
Exactly.
But
You can watch the highlights on YouTube throughout the day. Like, you can watch the highlights if you want to see the highlights. You get what I'm trying to say? That you want to, and there's a lot of people that was because I was saying when I saw the thing come out, I tweeted saying, "Bro, I can't believe you don't really watch Match of the Day, yeah." And then someone tried to quote to my brethren was like, "Yeah, I know they're scumbags." And I was like, "Whoa, steady! I don't care about all that shit." Yeah, like, I would have watched it.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be shit without commentary and punditry. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, if somebody else went and done it, I would have watched. I don't care about Gary like that. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You get me?
There's always one person that takes it too far.
But there's a lot of people that was
scumbags.
moving
Yeah,
like on a solidarity thing. They're not watching it, kind of thing. I'm like, okay. Gary Lineker don't pay me, but.
So you saying are you saying if they called you up, you would have gone?
Yes.
You're such an egg.
And what, for money? Yeah, I would have been there in a suit. You would have saw me.
Can't even laugh today.
Yeah, I would have been. Dude, are you crazy? What kind of, listen, I don't know Gary
Because
from
you know what's so funny?
nowhere.
Because I kept seeing everyone, like people tweeting, obviously the people in football, whatever, are tweeting whatever. And then I was like, that's interesting because what if they actually I did think, I said, what if they call the filthy fellas guys up? Are you not doing solidarity and putting out a tweet, or are you guys going to be up there making jokes?
I see. What?
y'all wouldn't have gone.
Why? Who's y'all?
He said, yeah.
He said, "Who is y'all?"
He said, didn't go with his man. I said, no.
Called up. I don't think y'all would have gone because of Ian. Maybe not Gary, but you guys are part of football culture now. Do you understand?
What's Ian got to do with it? Ian's
You're right. Uncle said no.
There's more
He's not-
Arsenal
he's not
fans
my
on
uncle.
Filthy than anything else.
No.
Listen,
Mark
once again.
said he's not.
You
He said it's
listen,
no.
this is-
I don't know this man.
This is ridiculous. If
walk
it
past
was,
me, I
Wait
wouldn't
a
know a
minute.
thing.
Wait,
If it
I'm
was-
asking a serious question.
I'm going to give you a serious answer quickly, yeah, just so you know, yeah. If it was, yeah, a decision, yeah, that had to be made by Filthy, so like the
The establishment.
establishment run it, and that was the decision that they wanted to make. That no, we're not
Then
going
you
up.
fall in.
Not falling line, then the message wouldn't even come to me if that makes sense, because it would go to the top and they're not doing
They
it.
just close
If
it
it's Filthy Fellas members and we got the choice to do what we want to do, they can't tell me I'm not going. What are they gonna do?
If everyone said no,
I don't give a shit. What if they pay me?
yeah, you're going to get paid regardless. Just
Yeah,
forget
yeah,
the
no,
pay.
they couldn't stop me. I'm gone.
So everyone said no.
Yeah, they couldn't stop me.
As in every single member said no, we're not doing this.
That's their business. I don't care like that. Like, I don't have a horse in this race. What you are saying you don't care about why you're not going, I'm saying I'm cool with it. I'll go.
You made me laugh. I love that.
I'll make them watch me.
Does that make them watch me?
And if you know that people now watching are going to associate you with the same type of rhetoric that Sula Braverman has been using.
Yeah, but I don't care.
I know you don't, but when you're told that's what people, that's what Britain, sport in Britain is now going to see you as.
Do you think branding wise now?
No, because I'll probably be more popular anyway. It'll be more polarizing. Then you're gonna put me out there saying them things about me, and then put me out there to even more people who didn't even know me before.
You said we're breaking no behavior records.
Yeah, it's just I just see benefits from it. Even if a lot of them hate
like
me,
all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, like, I just put me on that pedestal. Then I'll take it. I'm cool. I don't mind what people think of me.
Is there any stance that Lineker would have made that would have had you? How about the Super League stuff?
The Super League stuff.
Yeah, if the pundits decided to strike and not go to BBC because they were trying to back the Super League, would you go and take that particular seat?
Maybe not that first version of Super League because it weren't right, but Super League is gonna happen. Super League needs to happen.
So you
who played the other day when the Champions League was on? Arsenal. Was it Arsenal City?
It's a different conversation. It's a different because we can go there and I hear what you're saying. But the first time around, everybody was against it, right?
Yeah.
Were you against it? Don't tell me you were because you weren't. You didn't really care, right? So in the same
we was on filthy singing saying Super
in the same
League.
Spirit, how you in the same spirit, you didn't care, but you wouldn't do it because it would have had detrimental backlash from it.
Yeah, but I think that cool. Super League was different as well because I think everybody was invested. The clubs, the fans.
Because this isn't just about the sporting decision that Lineker made. No, he didn't make a sporting decision. It wasn't a political decision that Lineker made. It's more than free speech, right?
Not really, though. It's just because it goes against the BBC
government.
and the government.
Yeah,
because
so this is the people against the government right now. And you said, F the people, I'm going to get my check.
Yeah,
okay. But... Sorry. Spoiler alert, this is topic of the day. So can we just get in there?
Yeah.
I thought we was in it.
I thought we
Did you press the thing?
Yeah.
You didn't press it. Did you press it?
I didn't press it.
You didn't press it,
no.
You didn't press it.
No,
because I actually questioned myself. I was like, damn.
He just reminded me.
Oh.
I got to press it.
Yeah. Hold on.
Very lucky.
Very lucky.
Very lucky you are. I hate when I can't mix shit up on it. But yeah, as you were.
Do you think them lot was doing that out of freedom of speech or just because they're Gary's brethren? If that makes sense.
I think it was.
It's because they're Gary's brethren.
100%.
You get me? So if you're not Gary's brethren.
You're really funny, you know.
Why?
It's just that. So funny. You're actually so funny. Gosh.
Sorry, I get sassy, innit?
No,
he loves that.
He
loves
gets
the
so
neck
sassy,
roll.
and you know when Muggs gets passionate, his voice starts getting vexed, but like he's like, I don't care, but it's
yeah, but your voice gets louder.
And you get louder and louder, and it's like,
all right. For me, it's when he does. That's his, that's his drop mic. Like, put your finger down. It's silly.
we love you.
Oh, we do.
That was funny. You know what was jokes when the man started talking about I'm not even supposed to be on Match of the Day, but if they call me, I ain't coming. I was like, yo, you are really going for it. Like right here, Cheryl, like I hear them, you get me? But the other youths who weren't even booked, wasn't even called, said, yo, you man, just in case
You want to holler at
you're
me?
thinking about calling
I
me.
did a weekday shifts, but just in case.
You know what? I didn't realise till yesterday.
Well.
Bare of them done it. It weren't just the pundits and the bridges. The Radio 5 commentators and that, they come, not going. Final score and all that. A couple of them man there. There's a show that Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton do. What's it? Sutton Live or whatever. Gone. You get me? I think Chris Sutton wanted to do it, but Robbie was like, nah, not doing that.
That's what's difficult when you're in a duo. And you come as an act. Now your partner's saying that you're thinking, you okay? The exposure we can get from this. It's like, no, we can't.
Like, bare man. Mark Chapman, like, bare man was like, nah, not doing it. I was like, nah. You know what it is? It's good to see. It's kind of good to see because obviously, you know me, I'm anti-establishment. I like the screw the man stuff and all that. So to see them doing it, it's like, no, this is cool. I want to see, hopefully, well, I'm looking thinking, are you really all on getting sacked? Like, because if they, Like if they squash it with Lineker, yeah, then everybody else can fall in line. They can tuck their toe in between their legs and they can squash it with everybody, and it's just like, oh, it was a boom, 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 boom. If they can't squash it with Lineker and he gets sacked, they all gotta go.
Do you know what's interesting?
Like all of them gotta go.
I think even if they squash it with Lineker, I feel like everyone that was talking during this time, there's consequence for that.
Yeah,
because you left us high and dry. Because people always think that, once the main man is back in the good graces,
everybody
so am I.
else,
No, you're not.
You're still gonna
You
get
don't feel like
side-eye.
that.
Because
I think there's still going to be consequences for all
everybody
these people.
else.
with their positions in the company for the next couple of years and stuff, it's gonna change anyway. Like it's like eggshells. So even if they can't openly like punish you, the dynamics is gonna dynamics is changing with you, lot, man. This was like
because you showed us what side you're on.
Yeah.
You showed us we cannot depend on you, and you're not on our side.
Because I know if I'm like I said, if I can squash it with Gary, then everybody else could be cool. But if me and Gary can't sort this out and you have to go your own separate ways, Righty and Sherry, you ain't coming back. You are gone.
But you know what I think is
doing
interesting though?
Are you sure? Wouldn't you first try to see if it is that you can make them look like idiots?
No, because from the stance that they're taking,
keeping them
from the stance that they're taking, they're not going to do it.
people
Righty's
on
already
social
said.
media get onto them.
No, Righty's already. Listen,
I understand Righty. Righty's a
he
black
said
man.
if Lineker goes, I'm gone.
In a sense, he's more principled than anybody else because he took the first stance, right? He took the first step.
Black man love getting involved in people's business, I can't lie. Love it. I had to check if he was this lad for his black friends when something happened as well. I don't want to do this to Ian, but I just want to double check. I'm not saying, I just want to check.
No, I think it's loud all round.
Nah, Ian's cool. He's good stuff. But
but
I don't know
but
why.
He's not your
He's not my uncle though.
But he's not your uncle.
No, he's not my uncle. I'm a United fan, and I told him as well. I was pissed that he's an Arsenal fan because he's a proper like him, like he's a proper good man. You get what I'm trying to say? Like he's a good person. If he wasn't an Arsenal fan, if he wasn't an Arsenal legend, I'd probably call him unks and them stupidness too. You get what I'm trying to say?
I hear it.
But he ain't my uncle. Sorry, people. Yeah, but no, that was good. What are you saying? You shouldn't have done that. You should have done it.
No, I think because in my head I don't see him moving with the whole I'm standing for free speech thing. I saw him moving. That's my brethren.
Yeah, literally.
And
Yeah, that's
you
what I
can't
think.
strong on my brethren like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be used as this particular patsy where you slip me in. No, you're
I like
not
that word.
with me and my brethren.
Yeah.
Because I'm already clean money wise. I don't need you.
Yeah, I'm
Do you
straight.
understand? And I can go elsewhere if anything happens.
Yeah, and these
'Cause
men are
anywhere
beloved.
we go, it's not going to be the new. Do you understand?
Yeah, maybe not so much Shearer. And even then, in Newcastle, he's a god
I didn't
anyway.
mention Sarah.
No, but I'm saying that Lineker and Righty, they're straight. Like they don't. Then again, Shearer is
You
as
said
well.
Sarah is not good financially?
Not good. I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about just being beloved by the people to that, like the social media stuff. Like they can go. Like Ian Wright and Gary Lineker will go and flourish and prosper.
Yeah.
And if the platform's what they want and eyes on them is what they want, they will get it.
Yeah.
Anywhere they go, any endeavors that they go and do, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Alan Shearer, not so much because the masses don't really gravitate towards Shearer like that.
Yeah, very bland.
But I'm saying obviously in Newcastle he's a god, so who can go and
You can go to Newcastle.
go to Newcastle and just you can just do his thing.
I hear that.
You get me? What I'm saying, for the most part, they're blessed. So yeah, they're cool. So he was definitely on some, no, that's my brother, you're not mugging him thing.
Yeah.
And I hear them, but
It'd be. I actually think that Lineker would have done the same. He would have done the same for Righty.
probably Lineker likes the stand-up thing. You know what it is? What do you care about it? The whole freedom of speech thing? Is it more the...
Well, the BBC allowed them to talk freely. In fact, they encouraged them to talk freely about the Qatar. So I don't understand how it is that they now look to say, well, our government, we can't be criticised. Vroom. And they're batting bench with the Conservative government. Do you understand? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like the Conservative government. So if it was a Labour thing, I might have a different conversation. But no.
The hypocrisies in it all is for real. Like they're allowed to talk out against Qatar.
Yeah.
I see some guy reading off some list. I don't have the names or the positions at hand, but like there's bare people that are actively involved that work in high positions in the BBC that work in politics too.
Yeah.
You get me? That politicise their thing, that stood for elections in conservative parties and edit magazines for things like that. So there's pure people that give their opinions on stuff like that. It's because you're going against the team here.
Yeah.
This is some get down and lay down shit.
And they don't like the fact that they're being called racist. They don't like the fact that they're being called
well, it's being compared to Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
Because the Holocaust,
So they want to move and do what they want to do, but without it being called out.
So are they almost looking at it like it's anti-Semitic kind of thing? Or is it like I don't know, because I've seen people say like comparing
No, they're not
thing to
moving
the
like it's
Holocaust.
anti-Semitic.
So what's so egregious about?
Well, Germany killed like hundreds and.
I get that, but what I'm trying to say
Millions
is,
of
are they trying to make out like what's okay? How can I
But
say?
it's a language, it's a rhetoric. I mean, if you're starting here, where is it going to go to? And you despise Hitler and his regime so much. Are you guys now the new Hitler? You're using the same rhetoric. Remember, they don't want to be mad with that type of brush.
And a lot of these people they wouldn't want to be mad with that type of brush. You know what I'm trying to say? Because wouldn't some of them be like Jewish
They're
and stuff
aware
as
of what
well?
they're doing, but they don't want to be called out for what they're doing.
I know, but would some of them be Jewish too as well?
Who?
The people-
The migrants? No.
No, the powers that be, the media people, the BBC people, the ones that are in cahoots with the government and stuff like that. Are they not?
Oh, are you saying that there are Jewish people within the BBC, within the Conservatives?
And that wouldn't like this that would probably have like.
I don't think that they are pushing back
At a
against
comparison.
this because the Jewish people who are in high positions of the government don't like the fact that they're being likened to their greatest enemy.
I saw a woman somewhere online that was very, very angry at the fact that they was even using the Holocaust as comparisons for these things and whatnot. Like, do you get what I mean?
All right, so it wasn't really the Holocaust. It was just
Nazi
German
Germany.
rhetoric.
Yeah, but that's
Remember, Germany didn't just like Jews.
No, but that's one of the first things that you think of though when you hear it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just speaking what I see. She was very angry that you're moving like you're just trivial. I don't know what the words we're trying to use. I don't know, but she was upset about the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to find out if is there anything to do with that.
My first thing didn't go to Holocaust. I understand what you're saying. That my first thing just went to Hitler Germany.
Yeah.
And I know Hitler Germany, he had chaos for everybody, every other. Do you understand? So I didn't just automatically think, okay, this is a Holocaust thing. When it is that you develop it, yes, it started somewhere with the rhetoric, and then it moved on to mass extermination. Do you understand? So I guess people's minds just went there, but that type of rhetoric leads to things. So they just don't like being called what it is that they do.
Do you agree with his statement?
Lineker's?
Yeah.
But I've been saying from way back when they've been using this rhetoric. All through Brexit, they've been using this rhetoric.
Yeah,
they had
sure.
posters with rhetoric slapped all over it. The Conservative government are racist. They've always been racist. Like I said, they don't like to be called racist. They don't like that particular PR. But they've been living this.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, man.
So you're just speaking truth to power, basically.
He is. Go Ian.
That's it, go.
To be honest, I respect Ian more than Lineker in this particular stance because Lineker's been that guy, right?
Lineker speaking truth to
But to
power.
throw your-
Right, he's backing his brethren. They're not the same, though.
I'm not respecting him in the whole regards of freedom of speech protest. No, it's the fact he's backed his brethren. But then you have to ask, they're sweet anyway. They're sweet anyway financially. Do you understand? But it's good that these hyper visible people are making these particular moves because now there's discourse around it. And any single type of discourse leading up to a potential election, it's good. And Labour's going to make sure and push this.
If they manage to squash it with Gary, yeah, do they have to walk back their policies?
What are their policies?
I don't know, whatever he was moaning about. What's the word I'm looking for? Immigration? The immigration stuff. The Suella, something.
No,
Are
are you saying that their policies, part of his contract was to not criticize the standing government? What are their policies?
No, and what I'm saying is, yeah, this is so high profile, yeah. The government are involved in it. You got the Prime Minister talking about it. It's like the BBC is the highest national institute and the government. This is like top thing in it, and they're questioning Suella Braverman and the government's immigration policies and all these things. It's real bad PR in it. There's a whole big deal going on in it. I'm saying, yeah, if Gary Lineker comes out on top, yeah, and they squash it, he's got his job, everything's cool, boom, boom, boom. Do the government, is that put highlights on the government's policies, on the immigration policies? Do they have to look at these and address these? Because if he's saying they're wrong, and then but then he's still cool. Then he's made right, innit?
Well, Sunak sounds like he's trying to pacify the situation because he sees that they're in a very, very precarious position because the quote-unquote left or the good people of this nation are backing Lineker, right? Or especially social media, right? Especially how so many other people kind of piled on.
Yeah.
So he knows this needs to be taken with kiddie gloves. He's already started saying, all right, cool, I hear that. I'm not backing you, the BBC chair, whatever, the governor of the BBC, whatever. But we need to look at this in a compassionate manner because 100% there are too many people coming in. But I guess we need to change how it is that we deal with this. We can't just look to say, you've done something that we didn't like, let's remove you because it looks as though BBC is the hand of the government. And that's not what it's supposed to be. They're supposed to be an impartial platform, right?
Yeah.
The nation's platform, representing all as opposed to just one particular mindset. So he's already started, all right, let's see how it is that we're going to deal with this. But I don't think that they're going to be changing their policies.
Not necessarily changing their policies because obviously it won't get done overnight. But I'm saying that
they would get pressure though.
That's what I'm saying. Surely that's highlighting it. If he's came out and said it's wrong and then he's not punished for it, he's still there in his position. That means then you make him, he's made right almost.
What might happen, like I said, because Rishi's starting to do it, is to change the language approaching the topic.
Okay.
But I don't think that they will say, all right, cool, we'll let them in.
I heard that they let in the least amount of immigrants in Europe anyway, innit?
The least?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
As in Britain?
Yeah.
Well, you would expect that after Brexit.
Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense. But I didn't know that, though. I don't know. Again, I should check my
It's
Googles
because
before.
you stopped listening to LBC.
Huh?
Because you've stopped listening to LBC. You're not connected to the people anymore.
Because the government, the race is over. Like, I was invested by it. The race is over. Rishi's got it now, and they've told me the change is going to be like it's going to take like 3-4 years to fix. Well, you was listening every day for 4 years. When we get closer to the time when I'm expecting things to get fixed, I'm going to plug back in again.
I believe there's going to be an election before that time.
Do you reckon?
100%. I do believe that. Yes.
And I still dabble every now and then. People are mad about everything. Like they just want to be.
Yeah, but right now it's freedom of speech and carrying.
Actually, you know what?
I do with sport.
Yeah, actually, I do need to go and see what the LBC streets are saying because this is polarizing.
This is like the nation's like curry and bear.
And this is the immigration stuff against all the racism was back out again. There was a guy on there saying like he don't mind the immigrants that blend in. Like he's saying there could be a Polish family living next door, but I don't know they're Polish. You get me? That's cool. Is that what do you mean? He's like, yeah, because they blend in it. Like if you're blending in, that's what he's saying. I don't even know. So he's saying, so who doesn't blend in then? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? These people are crazy, you know. Yeah. They're talking the same things out of their mouth, and I don't know if they can hear what they're saying.
Yeah, but you appreciate the honesty, right? So you know who you're dealing with.
Yeah. You can't knock it. You get me? You can't knock it. They're sick because obviously it's harder for Islamic families, brown families, to just blend in it. Like, what does blending mean? Just because if you're from Sudan and you move in and you're there, but you don't bother nobody, you get me? You just wake up, go to work, your house is in order, it's fine. Are you not blending in?
No, man, it's because they can tell by looking at you, you're not one of them.
Is that what it is?
When you think about it, like you said, Polish people are white. You know what I mean? So if you look white, I don't hear you speak or whatever, of course I'm going to assume you're one of me.
And that's calm.
Yeah.
But once I could just see the difference.
Tell, even just from seeing you, yes, I know from me.
Humans.
Britain, eh?
Great Britain. Gotta make it great again.
G is silent.
Huh? G is silent.
G is silent, hon.
No, literally.
What are some of the questions?
Because you know I was about to move on. I was about to say that's done. That's ticked. World angry. We don't like it. Okay, let me read the little monologue beforehand. So it says, as we're aware, this debacle started because Gary Lineker put out a tweet criticising the government's new asylum plan. He felt the UK takes in far less refugees than others and felt the Tories' plans was harsh. He even compared it to what happened under the Nazis in 1930s. So, you man just be adding annoying things in there. The Tories were obviously upset due to his influence and they came for him. The BBC also got at him, probably because they were pressured by the... Okay, sorry, I wanted to read that bit out.
Read this at your
You
own
man
risk.
highlight in red, like damn.
Like you did with the other bit.
Yeah, let it set me up.
That was funny. You were reading it. Like, nope.
Damn. So, sorry, Rishi. The Tories were obviously upset due to his influence and they came for him and said he should have acted in line with the BBC's social media guidelines for its employees. So they sat him down and gave him a good talking to. The issue came when they asked Lineker to apologise. Big up... Nope. Now, even I cannot stand you, this morning.
Yeah.
He refused.
Nope.
No, not me. He refused. This led to the conversation of him being removed from Match of the Day. So he's also, interesting fact, he's also their biggest, I have to read everything before I say it. He's also their highest paid presenter. So anyways, this has caused us to miss Match of the Day and a bunch of other things occurred behind the scenes. So the questions. Whose side are you on?
Let's run around the room.
I'm on the side of freedom of speech. I'm on Lineker's side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on Lineker's side.
Same.
Not even just for freedom of speech, but because other people, it's they're only upset because of what he's saying.
Yeah.
Doesn't suit their agenda and it's against them. If he was saying other things, it'd be cool. So
Brother,
definitely
if
Lineker's
this
side.
guy said anything racist or about black people, they wouldn't care. Like, do you know what I
That's
mean?
Do you know what's so ironic?
They don't.
I was listening to a podcast over the weekend. I can't remember if it was Free Shots, which I think you and Geordie were on, or if it was Receipts. But basically, one of the podcasts was referring to something that happened in America, right? And they were talking about how they like over here in the UK, we have freedom of speech where like if something happens with the government, we're free to call out. I think it was Free Shots. I think Tems was saying it. How like we can call out the government and like we can, like we're not censored in that way. And obviously this was before this happened. And I was like, look at that.
Yeah, it's true though.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Brenton, whose side are you on?
I'm on the side of whatever side is opposite Conservatives
So Lineker.
right now.
Okay. In this scenario.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Because in my head, he be tweeting anyway, right? And I don't know if it is that he thought it would come to this particular standoff. And now it's become a political thing. I think now he's like, okay.
Do you know what's interesting about that? Don't you think that that's a privilege that white people have? Because I think that, I don't know how Ian Wright tweets, but I feel like any ethnic minority would like be more careful because of the platform that they have to talk about certain things. So if he really did not see the backlash coming, he must be really shocked in his boots.
But Gary's outspoken on his political views and stuff like that, innit? He's very.
But then is any other ethnic minority people in this position the same?
I can't think.
And that's what I'm talking about.
I'm
Is
not
that-
sure that righty, in my estimation, is that clued into politics like that.
Okay.
And he doesn't normally get involved in that. Lineker normally does it.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And I'm not I'm not sure if I've ever seen righty piggyback, unless it's to do with black racism.
Yeah, like human stuff,
yeah.
human stuff, injustice stuff. He'll speak and he'll
Yeah.
talk about. He's not really a I wouldn't say like politics like that.
Because I see Neville and I see Lineker following the conversation in politics all the time.
all the time. Yeah.
And they're always against madness that the Conservatives do. Always. So I kind of see them as, all right, you guys have like massive platforms, especially in this particular field of sport, and you'll do your bit to basically, keep.
And is that what you're saying? I don't think Gary would have saw it coming because he tweets. He'll be talking about issues and stuff all the time, innit? So I don't think he would have saw it coming. And I think that's probably why he would have doubled down as well. Like because when they told him to delete your tweet, he must have laughed. I said, what? No, like no. These are sick. Like for real, because he's like a he's not necessarily like a BBC employee, is he? Like he's like I'm sure he's contracted because he could have he was working for BT Sport doing the
BBC
Champions
work
League
for
and
him.
all that. Huh?
BBC work for him.
You said they work for him.
This man.
Not all these bitches is my sons.
Yeah, there you go. So he was just like, no, like you ain't no boss of me. Like these are sick. No chance in hell. That must have been fun to be speaking from that position of power, though, innit? With that big corporation.
Especially if it is he on the right side of this one.
Yeah. Not true.
I feel bad for the person who had to call him to let him know this is what the message was. His poor assistant just thinking, man, it's the weekend. I don't need this.
So, Gary.
Hi. Like, just get on with it. What is it?
Yeah, they're saying you can't.
Just asking if you could just, just please delete the. I don't know, hella pleases. They didn't even say, please delete the tweet. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, no, this is what they're saying. And because
I'm not saying. I think the tweet's
listen,
cool.
if it was up to me, right, I think this is fine. I think you're doing the right thing.
Of course.
But the powers that be, the guys like, get off the phone, man. Okay, sir. See you Monday. All right, so was Gary wrong for making his opinion known regarding how the government is dealing with immigration, knowing he was potentially speaking outside of company guidelines?
I don't think so, because if you're saying Mark's like he tweets about this stuff anyway, then he's just doing what he always does, no?
Yeah.
So
I want to know, was the company did they say that he was against company guidelines?
Well, there could be company guidelines where the BBC is about not politicizing certain things and having certain views in it. If you work for the BBC, there could be. I don't work for them, so I don't know what the guidelines are. But what the problem is, they don't enforce them guidelines.
Okay,
They're
so
enforcing them because Gary's going against them. You know what I'm trying to say? So when Alan Sugar's saying what he wants or whatever, there's no problem. When Jeremy Clarkson saying what he wants and writing columns and whatnot, there's no problem.
Even Jeremy Clarkson was like, I stand with Gary.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I saw his tweet.
Okay.
And people were like, if someone said something like, is this just because, it's against him or whatever. I'll get the tweet up. And he was like, no. He's like, I'm here for freedom of speech.
Oh, I bet he is. he wants to say everything. You get what I'm trying to say? He wants to cuss out Meghan Merkel.
Damn.
You get me? Like, that's what he wants to do. He wants freedom of speech so he can cuss Meghan out. And no one can't say nothing to him. That's what it is. You get what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, it's definitely like hypocrisy. No.
Sorry, my bad. When Ian tweeted what he tweeted, he was said to Ian, good on you, mate. And then I think, and then that's when someone said something back to him. I can't find it now. And he said, no, it's not about that. I think he must have deleted that.
What was it?
Here we go. Yeah, here we go.
Was it patronizing?
No, it wasn't. I feel like it's good on you, mate. Like, it's good that you're standing up for this, I think. I don't think it was... Then again, he doesn't use much emojis, does he? So basically, when BBC talked about their headline was Gary Lineker to step back from presenting Match of the Day until agreement reached on social media use. And then some other guy, some random person said, I wonder how many people here tweeting support for Gary Lineker also called for Jeremy Clarkson to be fired from ITV, blah, blah. And he said, I supported me and I support Gary also. That's why he said he supports Gary. And then when Ian Wright said what he said, good on you. Then he went back to tweeting about pigs. Actual farm animals. But yeah. Okay, I'm interested because what I was going to say about the company guidelines is if he's always been tweeting about politics and stuff like that, maybe the company guidelines only in relation to racism and...
He's got Ukrainians in his yard. I'm nearly sure he has.
You, Gary?
Yeah.
He did that scheme?
I think he's got 2 Ukrainians in his crib. I'm not making this up.
Oh.
Like, I think he's looking after... Yeah, I think he's looking after some Ukrainians right now. You get me? Like, so
Is he married?
Yeah, he should be, yeah. Like,
he said he should be, Yeah,
he should be. Like, I don't know if he's divorced or I'm not in his business like that, but...
we know you're going to take his job.
Inshallah. They're still together, you get me?
Okay. Yeah, because I think it's interesting, the whole company guidelines thing. Maybe the guidelines is just when it's about certain matters, you can't talk about it. Because if he talks about politics all the time, why this one? But again, we know why. So was the BBC out of line for pulling him up on it?
That pressure just came straight from the top. It's not about whether the BBC was out of line. What was they going to do? It's the government. These men are cronies and friends and whatnot, and they understand the influence Gary Neville has. You know what I'm trying to say? So when it's up top and they're in their smoking rooms and having their conversations, and they're saying, "Yo, Killy, your people, are doing fix this." You get me? From your hood, he's got to go handle it, Paul. He's telling man like on some boss shit, sorted that. Like the pressure's come from the top. It's direct down the line. So It's not the BBC because what are they going to do? Stand against the government? What are they going to do?
Do you guys think the BBC is... I don't watch BBC much, but is it typically objective, or does it lean on one side?
They flipping push the government agenda all the time. That's the government's bitch.
So this is ironic, then, isn't it? So then, in that case, they went, okay. But is that because the investors or the people that own BBC are also it's conservatives, maybe?
Yes, 100%.
So they're not out of line, and this is on brand for them.
Yes, some brand.
Okay.
And they're mother effing hypocrites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are they hypocrites though?
Because they were pushing the presenters to speak up on Qatar.
Oh yes,
And human
that's
rights,
true.
This, that, and next. But
Yeah, but that's other
the
places.
human rights
though.
over here is.
Yeah, but
not
we know
important.
we know how Britain is though. They love to
Yes.
point fingers at everybody else, but
But when it's them,
home,
it's like, yeah.
boy. Okay, so were they out of line for trying to make him apologize? Absolutely. I don't like when people try to make people apologize, unless it's ruining the bag. But is it really ruining the bag for the BBC?
No.
Because I don't think. Then again, racists they take it seriously.
You know what?
It
Though,
might actually
yeah?
affect the numbers.
If that's something that's there to your heart and that's an opinion that he holds, yeah, you're not, and he obviously believes it. That's why he tweeted it. You're not deleting that. You're not walking back on it. Like, I think some of the language and rhetoric that you are pushing is so horrible. It's comparable to 1930s Germany, yeah, under Nazi rule. This is what I honestly believe. Yeah, there's nothing you can say to me that's going to walk that back.
Yeah.
Because if I believe that in my heart, that's like I'm under the thumb, under pressure. What are you going to say to me that's going to make me walk that? That's going to make me stand up in public and say, "Oh, actually, you know what?
Take it back.
I take it back." If I believe it in my heart, there's nothing.
Take it back now, y'all.
I'm not sure he's going to take it back. I think that they are talking to him to agree on how he's going to be using his social media going forward, as it pertains to the BBC.
It wasn't the BBC. It was the government. This is what the problem is. You didn't talk about the BBC.
No, but you've done it knowing that you're a figurehead for the BBC.
But the BBC is supposed to be for the people.
He should have like a disclaimer in his bio. And if these are my own,
views. Maybe that's what they're
that's
gonna
all
ask
that
you
they
to do.
need.
That's all
But
you
it
need.
just goes to show. So even what you're saying is, you're saying that obviously, so the BBC is the government then, basically.
Yes,
But that's how you're cool with that. That's because that's not where it's supposed to be.
they're the sword of the government, the propaganda of the government. That's how it is that they got Corbyn up there. So they got him out, chatting a whole set of crap, lies.
I don't know.
But to be honest, this is up your alley. If you were in charge, you would have your own mainstream media outlet, wouldn't you? To do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, of course.
And you would have gotten Gary Lineker out because
Yeah,
talk about me like that.
Yeah, don't do. I do not do insubordination. Yeah. That is one thing. That is one thing I do not tolerate. Gary would have been gone.
Just like that. Who would you replace him with?
Innit? You're out.
Don't know, man. It's a tough one. I was thinking about this the other day. Where did Gary Neville come from, bro? How did he get
Walkers.
so popular? Was it the Walker's Crisp adverts?
Yeah.
Because
Became
I'm
the
not old
nation's
enough. I'm not old enough to think that when he was playing. So I don't know what his sentiment was throughout the country. I don't know how the country saw him. I don't know if he was like beloved, this darling footballer. I don't know.
Can I ask a question? Why do you keep saying Gary Neville? Isn't it
Gary Lineker. Sorry, I'm saying the wrong
No,
thing.
because you've done it twice, and no one has said anything.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm thinking, wait, am I getting it wrong? That's why I even looked at you.
Yeah, I'm none the wiser because I basically thought that Gary Neville was a different person.
He is.
He is.
I'm saying the wrong name.
He keeps saying the wrong name, but I realised that. But because no one said anything, I thought, am I? Because I'm not a football person, I thought maybe I'm just being
but
dumb.
that's because the
didn't
last
even
time he said it,
realise.
yeah.
Like
before-
Gary's Gary.
But the last time he said it before you said something, I then thought, okay, Lineker must be like his sporting name.
No.
And the Neville is his
Yeah.
like, official government name.
But you just did it now again, and I thought, no, hold on a minute.
I can't
I'm
say
not,
this.
I'm not sitting here going crazy.
You can see you do the calculations in your head. And I
No,
what's going
because
on?
I was looking at you thinking, wait, did I get it
What's
wrong?
wrong?
Sorry.
Gary, what they do football. They both play football. They both punish. They look the same. You see, it's
They
the
don't
same
look
shit.
the same, but all right, I hear what
What?
you're saying.
No.
You're doing what they do to
Monday.
us.
No, he said it on purpose. He said it on purpose.
Now Stephen's calling him up. He apologized.
Stephen's
The
gonna
whole
make me.
thing.
Gonna make me walk it back. I'd apologize for that one. I'll do it. I'll walk it back. I'll tweet. I'll be like,
Do you know what? That's what I was going to ask you because when you said, yeah, one thing I don't deal with is insubordination, I thought that was absolutely hilarious, yeah. But then what if, yeah, then you had all these people that I feel like I can see you on Twitter, yeah. So let's just say it's the whole Gary thing where you're BBC. Your main man has said, this was like, I'm not apologizing, kind of whatever. Your second main man, Ian Wright, he said it. You're thinking, okay, do you know what? Yeah, because Ian was going to be my next call. I get it. But you see all the other people that you weren't even going to text. I can see you applying to them. First of all,
You
I don't
go
have your
there.
number.
you're never working this town again. You know that one. You will never. I'll say you. You know that. You know the quote. You know the quote. You. You know them one? Okay. You know just all of that. Okay.
I can 100% see you doing that. You?
I could see him saying, "I'm screen grabbing all you."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got the receipts.
Yes. And when you come here talking about you want a sponsorship, oh, guess what, bitch? Tables have turned.
I want to see what happens in the landscape with them moving forward, though.
It'll be interesting. Hold on, let me see. What other questions have I got?
Hello, good morning.
Oh, got a caller.
Good morning.
Hello? I wanted to wait and not interrupt.
Now you're good. You got the floor.
Hi, guys.
Morning.
It's good. Long time listener, maybe
Good
6-time
vibes.
caller. Now.
You right, babes?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you guys today?
We're good,
great.
thank you.
We're good.
This topic, I have a lot to say afterwards. If I go off, somebody please interrupt me. But what I will start at is the last thing I heard before I paused it is a clip. When you're making that joke about saying your main man. Guys, the first issue at hand, Gary Lineker is not just there. Gary Lineker does not belong to the BBC in any way, shape, or form. He actually is confirmed to be on a freelance contract, from my personal understanding. And the thing is, somebody did say like, oh yeah, he's been talking about these things. He has like for a very long time on Twitter, and I think it's very ironic. Like basically everything Brent was saying as well. I mean, I feel like some people, this time last year anyway, would try and say the things that Brent was saying is all conspiracy theorists, but it's 110% sure it's been the case for a very long time. The BBC is supposed to be impartial, and I'll come to how that impartiality has been affected since the Tories got in power for another moment. It is meant to be impartial, first and foremost. They have no say whatsoever on his Twitter or anything like that. And I want you guys to know that actually there's quite a few independent media organizations, which big up to you, Brent, like Novara Media, and I think like even not LBC, but Owen Jones, yeah, where basically they say they have interviews and there's people speaking basically who have worked for the BBC, and very literally their jobs have been like in the firing line while they've been on job, because of like them just having certain views and certain beliefs. So very much, there's a man out there right now, there's many who like would work for you for many years, and literally they come into work in the morning and they'll be like, oh, you need to be careful, this person's after you, be careful, this person's after you. And oftentimes it would basically a right-wing type of person basically that is trying where possible to literally X out and push out somebody who is working in the media, who actually is leftist, have views that actually benefit people and things like that, actively working to push them out. But bearing in mind, they're not even like bigging up a lot like how Gary is. It's more of a case where they feel like, oh, they don't even want that kind of to be on there, like on the media that they produce to people and stuff like that. So I'll leave that there. Just so you know that that's a common problem. But people like Gary and Ian and stuff, they're very fortunate because they've been for a really long time. They don't have that. Not say the rules that apply to them per se, but they know that like their pocket, them being able to eat is not really a problem. And then, but I will say that many journalists have left the BBC because of not even just tweeting, just because of actually having leftist views and actually being like, oh, like Jamie, actually like having their toes down, and not being able to rest in their jobs as a journalist and actually like report things properly. That being said, we move. Guys, the BBC is supposed to be impartial. There's a lot of rules that about impartiality. However, I'm sure Brent can go do research, but a lot of I think it was the one that got embarrassed and shit. The thing was recording when she said, "Oh, a few drinks, a few beers." That's it. What's it? Allegra, whatever her name. Basically, this woman that works for Boris. People like that, guys. It's literally a pipeline. So very much so, right-wing people, of course, they basically get their job at the BBC, and then they actually push them to government. I want you guys to know there's actually many a person you can find that has that direct link. I think that's very shameful, and I think that actually is even more shameful the fact that since the Tories have been in power, they've actually been trying to make it more of a visible thing that, oh, we're cracking down on the BBC, they're being too leftist, they're being unfair, actually it's mad because it's actually been the opposite underlyingly, and then now since they've been in power, it's actually become like even more like skewed to a ridiculous extent. And I'm very glad Gary Lennox is speaking, because when Mug's like, oh, what are you going to do? Yeah, what they will do is control the media, they'll change the news cycle and that's not focus on it, and then just change a few words here or there in the bill. So 110%, people like Gary were very lucky. And it is Walkers, I'm not going to lie, it is Walkers that made it. Like, okay, football, he was always that guy. But then it was the Walkers, it was him having these chants. I did a staple in the British community. Love that man. But yeah, I'll stop there. But like, all I'll say is the BBC is unfortunately very corrupt. When I was growing up, I thought that it wasn't. And to me, it was like, oh my gosh, like, but it's a very, very corrupt organisation. And big up to independent media news outlets like you guys. That's all I have to say. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, girl.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I love how she respects our time, you know.
What do you mean? No, actually, I don't want to know.
She packs in all information, like in a concise way.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting to know that he's on an independent contract then. So you definitely can't ask me to apologise.
Yeah.
And you can't, don't ask me to apologise for nothing. So he's got nothing to lose.
By the way, they were going to pretend, so just so you know, by the way, they did this thing. They pretended that he stepped down or like was a mutual decision. And then he exposed that case. Yeah. And I've been following this, you don't understand.
That's mad. Yeah, I know. Oh, well, okay. That's interesting, you know. All right, thank you, hon.
If you don't cut the line.
No, I didn't know she was still there.
If you don't cut the connection.
Thank you very much. Good vibes, caller.
time.
You're the best. Don't mind anybody in the comment section. The bastard.
She don't care about nothing. You think she gives a shit about anything? She's in the comments all the time.
That's what you didn't need to direct her there. Don't do reverse psychology. Anyways. Thanks, good vibes, caller. Let's see, what else? Do you have any other points to bring up? Okay, does being employed by a company mean... Sorry, I just remember the comment I saw. Does being employed by a company mean you can no longer have an opinion on things you're passionate about? I don't think so. I just think that you need to... I'm very big on reading the room, whatever situation you're in. And I think you can have opinions and whatever. But I'm also big on seeing the bigger picture. So sometimes you got to lose the battle to win the war. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not so much you can't have an opinion or whatever. It's just know where and how, know what it is you're trying to achieve, and act with sense, in my opinion. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that if I had certain things on the line and I knew that me talking about this thing that I am passionate about could potentially ruin that, I wouldn't talk about it.
I hear you.
Because again, to what end? But again, there's obviously some other things that are just bigger than whatever it is I want to achieve. I just think it's a case-by-case situation, I would say, personally. But thoughts?
Yeah, no, I think if I'm passionate about something, you're going to hear about it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So
you wouldn't toe the company line if it had to do with human rights infringements?
What do you mean? Is someone on the phone? Oh, I thought I said that.
You know what it is? Sorry, yeah. I think it's like if you work for certain companies and certain things, I think you know you would be giving up certain things. Like there's certain people that work for certain companies, they can't give their opinion. And it's not just politics. It's like, say like music, you might work for a certain label. You can't talk about these artists how you want to talk about them. You might think they're whack, whatever. Like, there's certain times that you just know you have to give up a little something if you work for certain establishments. I think people understand that. With the BBC, because it's not a hard stance with their policy, yeah, that's where it's blurry. Because I kind of would expect for people to work at the BBC to not be able to go against the grain. That's kind of what that would kind of be, I would expect it. But then like you allow them to use it as a mouthpiece to do positive stuff. So then that's not fair. It doesn't make no sense. You know what I'm trying to say? It's got to be, it's got to be zero tolerance. It's got to be no. It can't be, it's good for that, but then when you do that, because then we highlight it and then we see that you're like hypocrites, you're like idiots.
Yeah.
You get me? So, I don't know. In certain circumstances, I can understand why you would toe the company line, because I think it would be expected. In this one, I think...
It's just, I think, I really do think it depends. I think there's just... I can't say that if there's always something to talk about, I'm always going to talk about it. Because sometimes it might just not be the time. Sometimes I just need to read the room. Or sometimes it's just... There could be another time. It's just right message, wrong time. Do you get me? So I really think everything you just have to kind of gauge it. But yeah,
no, I agree.
I just think it depends. Heck, some thoughts I have on here sometimes I can't say.
I heard that.
I need to learn that.
Do you know what I mean? But again, I'm reading the room. I'm thinking bigger picture. Yeah. So anyways, so where should the line be drawn? Is there a line to draw?
In the sense of with the company or with the people?
Like if there's certain things you can't speak about because you're employed by a company and you say you're passionate about it, where do you draw the line?
I mean, it's needs must. How passionate are you? Like I said, I think there's some companies where, like, again, obviously you could change the scenario. If you work in the music industry, you want to be so passionate about how shit you think an artist is, but you work for him, and then you're going to get sacked. That's on you if you want to do the stupidness. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, how strong are your convictions or what you think what you want to draw the line for. Because you can say what you want. You get what I'm trying to say. But if you work for a company and you talking openly and outwardly towards them is going to be negative or have a detrimental effect towards the company, then that's going to trickle down onto you.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. You know what I'm trying to say? So, if you want to, if you got the courage of your convictions and you want to stand in it, then by all means, do you. But whatever the repercussions are, then you just have to deal with it.
So it's on BBC now to show us if they have the mettle
Yeah.
to stand by the convictions.
Yeah.
Or if they're going to bend
Yep.
to the people.
Yep, if they're bad or not. And honestly, I'd prefer they sack Gary. Because if not, they're screwed, innit?
Yeah.
They're finished.
But the thing is,
I prefer they sack all of them. That's what I would do. They would all be gone. You know me, they're gone. And that would show me good, solid leadership.
but you know what they're
If they're
fighting
all
against
gone.
them as well is that they're fighting, are we racist or are we not racist?
That's true.
And I feel like
That's the
if they
thing,
sack
though.
Gary,
so if they sack him, they're
we're
racist.
Yeah.
And if we
And
don't,
then you
we're not
sack Ian,
racist.
that means you got to sack Ian
Yeah.
as well. And
Exactly.
you're definitely
Not
racist.
you
Then the whole
the black
thing-
man.
Yeah. I'm not
Do you
gonna
know what I
lie.
mean?
It's political. Where they are now
yeah.
is very, very.
It's
very,
very
dangerous.
tricky.
Yeah.
Because are you going to stand by what you know is true, which is that we do have racist tendencies, or are you going to stand by perception, which is that we don't want people to think we're racist, so we're not gonna. But then again, what that does is you definitely can't caution this man for
The thing
nothing.
is, it's an L either way.
Either way, it is an L. And and that's what I was gonna say was that I feel like there's certain things that you can talk about that it would be fine to talk about it. Like I think like stuff like calling out racism, as in direct racism, not like company views or whatever, but direct racism in terms of say he was like, oh, do you know in BBC they're actually racist here. I've seen black people get sacked. That racism, I think that's always a good fight you can fight at any time, whether you got a book deal wherever you go on the line.
Yeah.
I think you can fight that. I think stuff with sexual misconduct in the workplace, the Me Too, I think that can run at any time. But certain things you really got to read the room. Like this whole calling out the government stuff, that's a tricky one.
It's like they have, unless he has to be willing to meet halfway. Then he's got to concede something.
I think the halfway
they can't
is
just
that
hire him and he's just there like he's some
but
champion.
I think the halfway is him putting in his bio. What was it? He said,
these are my views, I'm not of the BBC.
These views are my own. But again, he's an independent contractor, so none of his views were ever of the BBC. But I feel like that's the only medium they can reach. Because if they sack him, or he walks away, or he quits, but then he might never work in this town again.
No, they're offering him money. ITV want him.
Really?
I think BT Sport will offer him money. There's
honey.
Yeah, BT Sport. I think they're selling the company to some Americans. They changed it to TNT Sport, and they've got.
They're gonna be honest,
do
boy.
a big relaunch. They want football and stuff like that. They want Gary Neville. I mean, I keep doing it. They want Gary Lineker to
Well, there you are
be
then.
the face of the whole thing. So
You might as well go and take it in right with him.
he's straight. He's absolutely straight.
If I was in that kind of pickle though, and say I was Gary Lineker, and
What?
Plot twist. You just
how many
shared
more air in your
information with
lungs?
me.
That was a lot.
You're saying that he's trying to get off his contract.
Wait, what?
That's what you just said.
No, it's
In other
not.
words, you did.
That gasp was so unnecessary, man.
In other words, you did.
Is that what you took from that?
Yeah.
What, he's doing this on purpose so he can go over to TNT?
But he isn't.
You're
But remember again,
sick.
actually, you know what, even if it's an independent contract, it's still a contract, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. He has to abide by
Could you imagine he's being? He better take it in right with him because you had that black man standing with you.
He's got to take all three.
Both of them are going. Cher was trying to tag along.
Wait, why are you on the show? Show is necessary, man. I like Sharon,
You
man.
tag along.
Not like that, but they're calm, man.
All right.
No, that would actually be sick, you know. If he
That's
actually
what
did
happened.
all of that to get out of his contract, I rate that. You know, I like a rebellious man. I think that'd be sick.
You're speaking to Kanye West.
Listen, not him. Except that one.
Wow.
That'd be lit, man.
Do you,
Alright.
think, do you think that Lineker's really a black man?
Isn't he white?
Yes.
Is he?
Yeah. See, I don't like when we
When
start
we do
doing
that.
when we
No,
do
we're
like.
not, can
you
I be
know,
honest? We're not doing
white
that
people
today.
have black.
Sorry, it's all right.
White people have black and no, they're white.
Somebody asked in the
Has
comments.
he just been cool? Or is he like an ally? He's just
Come
been
out to the
blessing. He's not like
comments.
a...
Being an ally
Lineker's-
don't make you black. You're
He's
still
not
white.
really white.
No, it's fine, man.
Because
It's cool.
when the
He's
boats
right.
start we start getting rounded on the boats.
You ain't one of us.
Lineker
You're not
ain't
coming
coming
with
on
us.
that
Sorry. So I'm not doing
I
it.
don't care how
We
much of
invite
an ally
way
you are.
too many people to the cookout. It's enough.
Like
It's enough,
I don't want to go to cookout anymore.
bro. Way
Yeah.
too many people for the most basic
For the
shit.
most basic
brother,
thing.
I'm not doing it
They
today.
do one little horizontal move. Oh, you imagine cookout.
So y'all are saying that y'all will keep the others out of your cookout,
Who's the others?
the ones that aren't
Black.
Man Utd.
What kind of cookout is this?
This sounds like Nazi rhetoric.
Okay. Good for you.
This is where it starts.
And this is where it ends. What's next? Get to next headlines.
Next headlines, please. Thank you. Sir. Okay, so our next headline is Silicon Valley Bank. An offer's been made for the UK arm of failed US lender. So an offer's been made for the UK arm of Silicon Valley Bank after it collapsed into administration, putting customer deposits at risk. A consortium of investors led by the Bank of London, a UK clearing bank, has submitted a formal bid to the Treasury. The government has been working at pace on a plan to support UK tech firms affected by the collapse of the SVB. There have been warnings some could struggle to pay their staff from Monday without intervention. Earlier, Chancellor Jeremy Hunt told the BBC there was no risk to the UK's financial system as a whole from the collapse of SVB, but there is a serious risk of some of our most promising companies in technology and life sciences. Mr. Hunt said he'd been working with the Prime Minister and Bank of England Governor through the weekend to come up with a solution, and the government would bring forward a plan in the next few days. However, Rachel Reeves, Labour's shadow councillor, urged the government to do more, warning UK startups needed to pay staff and maintain investor confidence. We need tomorrow morning to hear from the government how they're going to protect firms, she said. SVB, which focuses on lending to technology companies, was shut down by US regulators on Friday in what was the largest failure of a US bank since 2008. The bank's UK subsidiary will be put into insolvency from Sunday evening. This will allow individual depositors to be paid up to £85,000 from the UK's deposit insurance scheme. However, many have far more money than this saved within the bank. The government is looking for a buyer for the UK arm, with other lenders including Barclays and Oak North said to be mulling bids. As a clearing bank, the Bank of London does not lend and holds all of its deposits with the Bank of England. Its boss, Anthony Watson, said Silicon Valley Bank cannot be allowed to fail given the vital community it serves. This is just an update from that, though. A deal has been agreed for HSBC to buy the UK arm of the failed US Silicon Valley Bank, and the government announced this. Customers and businesses who have money deposited in the SVB UK will be able to access it, as well as other banking services as normal, a statement said. The Treasury said the deal with HSBC involved no taxpayer money. HSBC said it had acquired the UK subsidiary of SVB for £1. Next headline, Caribbean tourism has officially bounced back from COVID-19, a report says. Tourism in the Caribbean is now alive and well, according to the latest statistics, and is recovering from the impacts of COVID-19. The Caribbean Tourism Organization revealed that the Caribbean accounted for 3.1% of all arrivals worldwide, with 28.3 million registered tourist visits in the Caribbean by the end of 2022. This is 52.4% more than the tourists in 2021. While the 3.1% is down 1 percentage point from the historically high share of 4.1% recorded in 2021, the numbers still look promising, according to Neil Waters, Acting Secretary General for the CTO. According to data from the World Tourism Organization, 2022 saw close to 917 million people travelling. It's clearly apparent that even in the face of the devastating blows delivered by the pandemic, as a region, we've had to respond with hope, strength and determination to prevail, shared the CTO chair Kenneth Bryan during a press briefing on Tuesday. CTO further revealed that in 2022, the Caribbean had improvements in the hotel industry. Hotel occupancy increased to 60.7% in 2022 from 44.4% in 2021, and cruise visitors in the region, meanwhile, reached 19.2 million in 2022. This is 5 times higher than in 2021. The US Virgin Islands of St. Martin, Turks and Caicos, Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic and Curacao are the 6 countries that have surpassed their total pre-pandemic arrival numbers. And the final headline is the outgoing president of Micronesia accuses China of bribery, threats and political warfare. The outgoing president of Micronesia has accused China of engaging in political warfare in the Pacific in an explosive letter advocating for the dissolution of diplomatic ties with Beijing. In the 13-page letter which CNN has obtained, David Panulo alleges China is preparing to invade the self-ruled island of Taiwan and is engaged in bribery, political interference, and even direct threats to ensure the federated state of Micronesia remains neutral in the event of war. China dismissed the letter's contents as smears and accusations. I would like to emphasize that China has always upheld the equality of all countries, no matter their size, and has always respected how Micronesia chooses its own development based on its own circumstances. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said Friday in a regular press briefing. The Chinese Communist Party claims a self-ruling democracy of Taiwan and its own territory, despite having never governed it, and has refused to rule out the use of force to reunify it with mainland China. Pagnanello also accused China of political warfare in his country, which he claimed included overt activities such as political alliances, economic measures, and public propaganda, and clandestine acts such as bribery, psychological warfare, and blackmail. The Pacific Islands' location, largely to the northeast of Australia, means the islands' nations have long been viewed by military strategists as a vital connecting thread between the US territory of Guam and US allied Australia. Both the US and Australia are wary of China that has grown increasingly assertive in the South China Sea, extending its reach further west in Pacific waters, including toward the FSM, an archipelago of more than 600 islands. Meanwhile, the islands nation themselves... I just wanted to skip past that, please. I'm shy. Meanwhile, the island nations themselves, typically more concerned about the ravages of climate change than geopolitics, have been wary of being viewed as pawns in a great power struggle. And that is it from the headlines.
That's right.
Usyk.
Let's get into Word on Road.
Archipelago. I don't even know.
The word is archipelago.
Archipelago. Or something like that.
Archipelago.
Why do you have me singing Palazzo?
It's the islands. It's the archipelago or something. I'm not sure.
Archipelago, yeah.
I don't know. Wait, let me
What did
read
I
it.
say?
I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Archipelago.
Archipelago. There you go.
Potato, potato. What did I say? Archipelago.
Favorite Ghanaian broadcaster.
Literally, archipelago.
Archipelago.
This is, what was that? I thought, brother. Let's just move on, okay?
Yeah,
I tried.
That is funny. All right, let's get into Word on Road. So, the first word on the road, it was Ari Lennox tweet that I saw, and I could actually relate to it. And I'm glad you're here, Jean, today. Let me know if you relate to it as well. But I just thought it was quite sad. So she said, have I made myself unattractive by wanting love so bad? By speaking about it, complaining about it, I wish I didn't crave it. I wish it didn't make me blind, weak, and so dangerously trusting.
Oh.
Actually, I don't relate to all of it. Sorry. I wish I had no love inside. Okay, yeah, I definitely don't relate to all of it. This is dark. This is darker than I remember. I saw it on Friday. Okay, I wish I had no love inside of me. Wish I didn't have emotions. Wish I didn't care. The part, that I could kind of relate to was, I think in society, like, there's this thing with women wanting love. Like, if you profess that you actually want love, you kind of come across like kind of desperate and like dying for it. Do you know what I mean?
Gagging.
You're gagging for it. There's this particular thing. So I thought that was quite sad that she said that about making herself, that she made herself unattractive for that. But obviously there's a lot of people, in the comments saying that no. There was one particular comment, he said, not at all. Love is being able to be your most vulnerable, your most plaintive, yet feeling protected by your counterpart. We all crave it, so don't feel bad for being human.
That's cute, yeah.
I know, right, Papa?
Yeah.
But it kind of made me sad. Because I know obviously her music is like love-based and she's very open. And she's, I know when she first came on the scene, she had a boyfriend. Then they broke up. And I think she's kind of spoken about that relationship and stuff like that.
But what are the benefits of love anyway?
I'm going to be honest here. I'm a fake thug.
Girl.
I'm a fake
We
fuck.
see each other. I'm a fake.
I'm a fake fuck of the family.
Fake as fuck.
I don't give a shit. All of that
I
stuff,
really
yeah.
do.
But
Brent
deep down,
asked you that question.
yeah, I
Think
know.
about it,
But,
it's kind of linked to it.
Oh, is
But
it
deep-
linked?
It's starting, yeah.
but deep down at my core, I'm
your
a
camera
certified
on?
lover girl.
No, I was just making sure because she said I'm a fake fucker. I was like, we're talking about love.
I know. I'm getting.
Yeah, but,
Yeah,
but
he
it
knew
all
where
relates.
he knew where I was gonna go.
Yeah.
He knew
I knew where you're going
was
because we see each other.
Yeah.
Because we act like we don't want it. Like,
But
I don't really
deep
care.
down, I'm a certified
I'm
lover
sorry
girl.
for it.
No, but what's the benefits of love?
Of love.
He asked.
I think companion, like having, do you know what I think is so beautiful? What was I watching yesterday? I can't remember. I was down bad this weekend. I can't remember what I was watching anyway. But there's something I was watching. I was like, do you know what it is?
I'm
No,
done.
girl, I had another crisis, another food intolerance allergies. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm not eating anymore.
Lobster.
Yes. I nearly died again.
But why don't you tell him? Because it was a bit naive for you to do that.
To do what?
To do it again.
To eat the food again.
What did you do? What was it?
Let me tell you what it is. Yeah. So I've had a lobster linguine, right? I've had it like a few times now. The Ned is the only place I haven't had an allergy, so that's great. But I went to an Italian restaurant. It's like a family-based Italian restaurant.
No.
At one point, yeah.
So just to be clear, when you eat lobster linguine, you generally have an allergy.
No, it's not an allergy. It's an intolerance. Basically, no. Let me take it there. Just wait for it. The first time I had it, nothing happened. Second time I had it in some restaurant, right? And I was like throwing up my stomach here. It was the worst thing ever. But I believed it was food poisoning. Like I went A&E and everything. It was a whole thing, right? It was horrible. So I believed it was food poisoning, right? So in my mind, so I've never gone back to that restaurant, even though it was nice when I ate it. But what I suffered, I get really bad period pains, like really bad, like Jesus, take this from me. But nothing was as bad as that pain.
Yeah.
Nothing. So I never went back to that restaurant. I said, I can't even risk it. I went with my aunt, but she had the same dish as me. Nothing happened to her. So she was fine. So I thought it must have been something to do with my dish. Cool. So I had it this weekend, right? I went to the Ivy this weekend on Saturday. And I had a lobster linguine. I've been craving it. So in my mind, because it's food poisoning from that other restaurant, I didn't think it was going to be a thing. Gina.
Oh, is it?
The pain, yeah. My stomach still hurts as I'm sitting here. Like, as in, like, I'm sore from how much throwing up.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. So I've now concluded I think there's just something in...
Lobster linguine, you just can't eat it.
I just can't eat it. Like, I don't even want a lobster ever again in my life.
No, I think...
Just no.
Yeah.
I honestly don't even think I can eat spaghetti. Because when I eat something and I throw it up, yeah, it really puts me...
You have that memory and, yeah.
Yes, I think I'm done. With the pastas, everything, I'm done. And I really liked Italian food, but I'm done now. Do you get what I mean? So, Brent, I don't think it was naive of me to have had it a second time.
No, I get it. Obviously, you thought it was food poisoning, not a reaction to the actual
dish. But now, twice bitten, I'm forever shy. Ain't no way. ain't no way. I'm gonna stick to prawns.
Drip. So build up the intolerance.
What?
Drip yourself. So take a bit. And a
No,
bit, and a bit.
I don't think you understand. Like the pain that I went through this weekend, yeah, because I find throwing up quite very scary. Like, the feeling of it scares me. Like, the actual feeling of when you do, it scares me. And I just kept throwing up I didn't sleep overnight. That's all I kept doing. When my mom was like, what else is there? I was like, there's nothing else in here. But I was like, just throwing up, like, not air, but like, the acids. It was just horrible. So I can't take that risk. I don't even want to I don't want to smell it. Because what if that happens again?
Yeah.
Like, I'm at a point now where I'm actually scared to eat anything. Like, I'm going on holidays and I'm thinking... I can't have this happen to me outside of my home.
Yeah, it's long.
It's scary.
Sorry.
So, yeah.
So throwing up, like, what scares you? What throwing up?
I feel like I'm going to choke.
Okay.
Like, that feeling of, like, just that feeling when it comes up and it's just horrible. It was really, really horrible. And then at one point when my stomach was literally empty, I was still, like, my body was still wanting to throw up. So it literally just felt like I was being, like, punched in my stomach. But then there was nothing there, so it was just straining all my muscles.
Sorry, Mum.
Yeah. So my stomach hurts as if I've been doing like Pilates abs for like a whole day at the moment. So yes, I wouldn't say it was naive, but obviously now I know. I'm just gonna stick to like I don't want to discover anything new ever again. How did we get here?
We're talking about
wanting love. Okay, yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why I was down bad over the weekend. I think is so beautiful. Oh yeah, I saw a TikTok here, and this guy was talking about how, like, he was basically thanking his girl for choosing him, and had like a montage of like different things they've done together and whatever. And I was like, the feeling of actually like finding your person and living life and experiencing so much with them is so beautiful.
Do you know what? It's so interesting though. Is it bad that I'm not hopeful and I don't like? I'm just like,
no.
Hopeful about what?
It's not bad.
Like, you know how I say I'm a certified lover girl, yeah.
Yeah.
Although I am, yeah. It's very like it's a distant thing. Like I'm actually okay with just like it not being my reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you know why I say it's not weird?
I don't romanticize it. I don't you see all of that stuff before I felt like I was you see what she's saying?
Yeah.
That I feel like that used to be me. Like wanting like not wanting to have emotions and because I was just so like
Because you were so like you just so
I
love
loved
so much,
love so much, and I really wanted it. Now I'm the complete opposite.
Do you know what's interesting? Because basically, I love love. Like I love so much. I love romantic content.
I don't think the thing is I don't anymore. Like I hate. Like I watch stuff, and I'm very like. That's not realistic. Like I've become that person, but I'll watch it and it'll piss me off because I'm like, this is bullshit.
You know, when you started this year, I didn't think it was an issue. I do think you should just have your therapist.
No, because like, no, you know, like,
you get disgusted by it.
No, it annoys me. Like I'll watch stuff and be like, what?
Yeah, where? Breaking news.
Huh?
Breaking news?
No, I was going to say to send me the number. That was 28 minutes ago. I don't know if he still wants it. I don't know what Beanos had in mind. What were we talking about? Was we talking about Gary Lineker?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I see. He said send me the number for the call.
The number's there.
Yeah, he's not concentrating. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to do it now because that was 28 minutes ago. He's not needing it now, does it?
Anyway, so basically, so this is my thing. As much as I love, I think love. Brent, sidebar. I
Don't
love
put
love.
the camera on me.
Oh no, that's a sidebar.
They're welcoming him back. Okay.
Basically, yeah, I love love. I think love is beautiful. I think love is precious. Like I love everything about love. But this is where I thought you were going. As much as I love it and whatever, I'm not going to be down bad if I don't have it.
That's what I mean.
No.
No.
I think you should still delve into yours a little bit.
Nah,
I really think you should.
I don't need to delve.
I think it's a healthy thing.
No,
because basically, I used to do the whole strong, like Brent will know. I used to do the whole, I don't care, but obviously deep down, I knew that I really cared. But then I started to be like, no, actually, I admitted that I do care, and I do, like, I am an emotional person. I'm not a thug. I am sometimes.
Bruv, I'm gonna ride this fuck shit till I die.
No, because it's not true though.
Girl, it's okay.
No, but you know how beautiful life is when you accept it.
Fake.
No, but you know
Fake is fuck. Look at her. She wants to back fuck that till I die, bitch. Like what?
West side.
I can't laugh. No, do you know how beautiful life is when you embrace it?
That's nice, man.
No, do you know? Honestly, okay.
No, that's cute. That's cute. It's nice.
No, I don't believe you.
What? That I don't think is cute.
No. That you're just like, okay, that's cute.
It is cute.
No, but I feel like I'm making a recommendation.
That's nice.
But isn't it good? Isn't it a good stance to be where Gina is trying to convince us she is? in betweens.
Listen.
Right? Isn't it good to have that particular stance in the in-betweens? So that you don't get carried away, you don't get drawn into stuff you shouldn't be drawn into. You look at everything under a microscope before you then delve and then you drown. Because that's what she does. She drowns.
Fuck you, bro. You know what?
Don't act like you know me.
It's good. It's good. I would say it's a good thing.
He said she drowned.
So Gino's moments.
I said, one thing about her.
No.
She gonna drown.
The thing is, he's
drown.
not like, listen.
Like, you only have water.
Can I be honest? Trust me, you need me to be here, you know? Because otherwise, I'll flat slide. So,
do you know, be honest,
trust me, you need me to be here.
What I was going to say,
this place.
I think the way I look at love is I think this is the healthy balance. And again, I've had to work myself to the healthy balance. Because as much as I love love and everything else, I'm happy to be vulnerable, whatever, I'm also like, I'm not a fool in love. I always say that. Like,
I don't love with caution. That's my problem.
See, I love with caution.
I don't.
But if I know that I'm stepping in something and I know that I might get bitten, I accept the fact that that's what's going to happen, or I don't. Do you get what I mean? But I think that as much as I love love, it's not like, if I don't have it, I'm not going to be, I genuinely don't believe that I'm going to be miserable in life or lonely. I don't feel loneliness, which is thank God for that. So do you get me? As much as I love it and want it or whatever, I don't believe it's what will make me or what will make my life the best thing ever.
Are you going to share?
Huh?
Okay, if it's anything to do with me, you think I'm capping, I'm going to throw my iPad at you. I swear to God. I swear to God.
No, you just got lines. You just got lines that are just cold. Then you just say them and they're just cold. Like,
okay.
Sometimes I don't feel loneliness is cold. You know, like loneliness is above me. Like,
it is. I don't feel loneliness there because I like my own company.
No,
and this is what it is, because sometimes as well, when I think, oh, I want like love or whatever, then I have moments I think, oh, damn, like you're always going to be there. You're just going to be there. Do you get what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I do think there is a thing about, you know, women admitting that they want love and this unattractiveness being attached to it, because it's like you're dying for it and like you're kind of seen as desperate. That's kind of how people see the whole joining what are those things called? Dating apps and stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm people.
Yeah, I'm different people.
I'm people.
I'm 100% people.
I'm
But
definitely
I'm trying not to look at it that way.
No, I'm going to continue to look at it
Because you know what's mad? Don't fight me. But I don't see men as that. I only think that when it comes to women. So that's what made me realize that it's a conditioning, and I need to step back.
You don't think men that are on dating sites are desperate? You think it's women that
because
are
in my
desperate?
mind, men can get women. Women are the ones who struggle and audition for men. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
So I don't see, in my mind, it's just men just wanting more. Just them being greedy. But that's in line. That's what they do. But when it's a woman, I'm like, it's an act of desperation because you haven't been picked kind of thing. So I am fighting that. I don't think it's a healthy thing to think.
No, fair enough.
But I do cringe at little other things. So it's one step at a time, man. I can only deal with one problem at a time. So that she tweeted that. And I do hope that people who want love get to find it, but
so do I.
The reality of life is we're not all gonna have it. So I'm a realist too, so just sit on that. And then sad news over the weekend. I'm a piano artist. Costa Titch passed away at the age of 27.
Yeah, mad.
Very, very sad.
You joined the 27 club, yeah? You joined the 27 club.
You did. I didn't know that was a thing, until I started seeing all of that. And
I didn't know.
Lord.
What's the 27 club?
A lot of people die.
Jimi Hendrix, Amy Winehouse.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Costa Titch.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
There's way more people than that in there, actually.
Yeah, there was a whole list. I saw someone put a list up and I said, damn. To get to 28.
It was the crossroads demon.
Sorry, what?
When you meet a demon at the crossroads and you make a deal
With the pack.
and they take you at 27.
Oh, is it?
Oh, do you reckon that's what it is?
Yeah.
Glad I didn't meet
Apparently
him.
it's called Crossroads 27.
Oh, I don't know that.
Is that a conspiracy theory? Because you know you love a conspiracy
Well,
theory.
by the grace of God, everyone who's 27 now, we're all going to cross into 28. That's the prayer. Can you guys say amen?
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Why didn't you say amen, you witch?
Because he's way past that.
I'm thinking.
I'm not.
If you met an individual at 16.
At 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
1-6. Yeah.
And you were an aspiring artist or actor or creator, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And this person told you, I'm going to give you the finest
So
11 years of your life. Finest. If only you just lips me. Right? That's it, lips me. But you know the lips is a binding contract.
I'm not lip-sync.
Not necessarily, because at 16, I don't think you'll have the wisdom or the foresight to understand what you're actually signing and getting yourself into.
So that's why they would sign it then.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I've always been a smart kid. Cause what?
You don't like listen people?
I only the people that are worthy of being lipsed. I don't be kissing all the frogs out here. The heck?
All right, go.
No, yeah.
What I'm saying is, would you take 11 years of the finest?
No.
How about you?
Only if it was love. That's the only thing I would actually, if we measure that.
Yeah, wait, if they said, I'll give you 11 years of love?
No, 11 years of the best love you've ever experienced.
And
or
then-
like for the rest of your life, mediocre.
No,
Incel.
but it's not. No, do you know what it is? Do you know why, yeah? Because I'm going to give you 11 years and after that you're going to die, right?
Am I dying?
No,
Yes.
no. She was like, you're living, but you're living in mediocre love.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
My
this thing...
current state.
No, that's what he was going with it.
See, Brad,
and I deflected.
so what's
I
got-
was talking
Because this
about
is dark for Monday
He's
morning.
talking about death, that's what I'm saying.
And that's why I moved to love. Because that is dark for Monday morning.
I'm not going to lie, I'm not selling my life short for
I'm not.
a temporary...
Do you know what eternity... Do you know what it is? Like, when you die, yeah, like, you're gone forever.
That's it.
That's eternity.
There's no do-over. And also, yeah, think about all the people around. Like, you see death, yeah, the way it affects those that care about you is too deep. I couldn't do that just for... do you know what I mean? I'm not
Absolutely
that
not.
selfish. If that, for me anyway, I wouldn't be able to...
My granddad died in 2016, yeah. I'm only just healing now.
So, yeah, I wouldn't...
Do you get what I mean? It's
yeah.
mad. It's a lot.
I wouldn't do it. But I do want to say something. So, I was thinking about it, yeah?
About death in general or Costa?
No, about South Africa.
Okay.
And I was like, do you think it's spiritual?
Yes.
And I said that because, yeah, and my friend was like, do you really think so? And I said, I know this sounds like me being a proper, like...
Fanatic.
Yeah, but I was like, when I look at the country and in terms of like their artists and creatives and stuff, yeah, I'd say they've lost so many people in the last couple of years. Like
I talked about Akka the other month.
They're literally dropping like flies, like legit. So I'm like, that can't be coincidence. Do you understand what I mean? And obviously, yes, people die every day. I get it. Do you know what I mean? So, but I'm just like, it can't just be coincidence. I just don't think it's coincidence, innit?
Yeah,
for me personally. So I'm like, is it a spiritual thing? Like, what's going on here? Because I feel like there's clearly something that
is going
people aren't listening to. Do you get what I mean?
Absolutely. I don't think it's far-fetched or it's crazy to think that.
Yeah.
I don't think it is. I believe that there's a lot of things that is spiritual in this world. There's a lot of spiritual attacks, and people overlook it.
Yeah, that was just my 2 pence on it. But
yeah,
no,
man.
I was rattled because when I saw it, there was a post and it was him. There's a guy called Ricky and
Akka as well.
Akka, right? And obviously, I know Ricky. It's weird because I met Ricky and then like within a couple of weeks,
he passed away.
He committed suicide. So that was weird. So it was like I saw the post and I saw and the caption said something like, "Oh, it's so weird how Costa's with both Ricky and Akka. Now all three of them are dead." And I was like, you know, when you're just thinking, I thought, no, like I didn't get it. Do you know what I mean? I thought, okay, I know the other two are dead, but
what do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was just like, oh my days, and then I saw all the stuff, but apparently he was epileptic.
Yes, I was going to get into that because people have been out here talking sideways. And this is why I say that there's some things here that's like, right message, wrong time.
Yeah.
Read the room. So but before I even get there, so with Costa, so he passed away at the age of 27. He had a performance. And in the video of the performance, you can actually see him dropped. But then he looks like he tripped. And then obviously his dancer or whoever it was picked him up again. And then he stops for a minute when, I guess, the end of the verse. And then you see him actually drop.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that happened. And then apparently he died shortly after that. But basically, there are reports that he is epileptic and all the lights and all that stuff, the smoke, the lights and whatever, basically, is what kind of triggered that.
A seizure.
Yeah, triggered a seizure. So that's what happened. And then his family put out a statement on his Instagram and they said, "Death has tragically knocked at our door, robbing us of our beloved son, brother and grandson, Konstantinos Sobanoglu. He's age 28, who South Africa had come to love and idolize under his stage name Costa Titch. It is with deep pain that we find ourselves having to acknowledge his passing at this time. We are thankful for the emergency responders and all those present in his last hours on this earth. As a family, we are faced with a difficult time as we try to make sense of what has befallen us and ask that we be afforded the time and space to gather ourselves. The family thanks you for the love and support you have given our son, and may you continue to uplift him even in spirit. Please keep us in your prayers and uplifted in the Lord." Very, very sad. Like, for me, death fascinates me, not in a way that I want to taste it, but like in a sense of you can be here 1 second, and that was such a prime example of that. And even the people that were there, I can't imagine that. I can't imagine seeing my favorite artist and knowing that my seeing them in the last moment was the actual last moment. That really freaked me out. And then, because some people just don't know when to talk, when they should or shouldn't talk. Kid Waya,
Who's
right?
Kid Waya?
Do you remember High Life, the show that was on BBC with Copy and Irene?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Jarring guy with the blonde hair.
Very irritating, spoilt, entitled, stupid.
Your people, I'm sorry.
Young boy. I'm irritated. He is Nigerian. Hate to say it, but he is Nigerian. He then does a video, right? After somebody's passed away. Like, the news is like, this is in the morning. He does a video, but I don't know whether someone's recording it or it's a tripod type of setting. So he comes from a very, very rich, wealthy background. Kind of like Copy and them, but I don't think it's that. I'll tell the right money, but very, very wealthy background, whatever. So he's sitting down here by his pool. From the angle of the camera and him where he's sitting down, you can see like the background, you can see the house, you can see upstairs of the house, you can see the pool, you can see all these things, right? Only for him to get on camera talking about, oh, this is the thing. He's like, oh, Costa, R.I.P. This is very sad. He said the thing is that a lot of these artists, they're on drugs, they're drinking, they're doing this. And so when they go and have these shows, all of that then causes a heart attack. Who told you it was a heart attack? Who told you the man was on drugs? Who told you he was drinking? Do you even think this is a time to say all of that stuff when people's family, cousins, brothers, whoever it is, friends, on the internet, and you're a celebrity, so whatever you talk about is going to go viral as well. Do you get what I mean? So he's saying that, oh yeah, no, I love these artists. A lot of them are on drugs and they're on alcohol. And so when things like this happens, because they get on the stage, all the energy is too much, and then they have a heart attack. Then he said it like it was a fact. He's like, oh, most of them have a heart attack. I would like to see the stats. Thank you very much. So he's like, anyway, this is all sad. He's like, yeah, but when this happens, that the PR companies, the managers take you need to like be cautious about these things and take care. Like, it's better for them to be alive than for you to just trying to get money with this, blah blah. And he was like, how he's like, you should basically do like medical checks on artists as well, and cancel a show. It's not that deep. Just cancel the show. It's better for them to be able to be alive to have other shows than for them to die having this one show. It was just so insensitive, very, very stupid, very unnecessary, very foolish. And the way everything was set up here, you just want to see your house. You just want to clout from this. You just wanted us to see. You just wanted to flex over someone's death. Like, you're using someone else's death as a time to spread a good message. And your message is even full of bullshit. So what are you talking about? So it was that, and he was getting cooked. And I love when people that need to get cooked.
Rightly so, man.
Rightly so.
No one actually asked about your opinion.
No one asked you. No one asked you. No one asked you. And it was so insensitive and just unnecessary for you to have done that. So yeah, he got cooked, and I was glad about that cooking. But all that being said, RIP to Costa. Very, very young man. I think that freaked me out as well, because he literally was born the same year I was born, and I was like, that's mad. Like, actually a very young man. And people need to remember that when you start talking about being too old. Because if you die, it will not be the same story. But yeah, RIP to him. And telling his friends, family, everybody, love, really. So the Oscars happened last night. Jimmy Kimmel took some shots at what's his name, Will Smith, and the slap and stuff. I thought it was quite funny, personally.
So?
No, Brent's been having a mare. So he said stuff like, he's like, we want you to have fun, we want you to feel safe, and most importantly, we want me to feel safe. So he was just like, we have strict policies in place. If anyone in this theatre commits an act of violence, I'm reading out his monologue, by the way. If anyone in this theatre commits an act of violence at any point during the show, you will be awarded the Oscar for Best Actor and permitted to give a 90-minute long speech. Because that's obviously what happened to Will Smith last year. He said, but seriously, the Academy has a crisis team in place. If anything unpredictable or violent happens during the show, just sit there and do absolutely nothing. Maybe even give them a hug, basically.
Was this last year at the Oscars?
Yeah, because when all of that happened, Denzel and was it Tyler Perry or something was giving Will Smith a hug. He said, if any of you get mad at a joke and decide you want to get jiggy with it, it's not going to be easy. Then he says he's got Michael B. Jordan protecting him, and also Michelle Yeoh, I'm going to talk about in a bit as well. I thought it was very, very funny. I thought it was hilarious. I don't know if the Smiths, actually they wouldn't be allowed, would they? There. But then basically, so with the Oscars, yeah, not one black person won. Not a damn black person won. So firstly, yeah, before I even get into all of that, the Woman King did not get a nomination. Not one nomination, not Viola Davis, not the Woman King, nothing. And so basically and so basically over the weekend as well, there was this article that was released, and it basically talked to like 4 anonymous Oscar voters, people on the committee, whatever. And one of them was like how he didn't watch the Woman King, so he doesn't even know. Like, I guess he doesn't know what Viola Davis did to know whether she should be nominated or not. And he also said how basically he doesn't like the politics behind it. So he's an actor. Obviously, we don't know his identity, but he was an actor. And he said before he was on the panel, he actually didn't like the Oscars because he felt like, he just didn't like the whole thing about, oh, you do this and they vote. And he just didn't think it was very authentic and very real, basically. He said, I was so disgusted by the whole thing. And then I got into the Academy and I guess I'm forced to, now be one who's making the decisions. Yeah. And he says how, be careful what you wish for, blah, 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 blah. And he basically said he doesn't like the politics about the Oscar nominations. He says he said, I think the Academy is making an effort to please everybody and it's reflective of the state of the world. But I feel like they're being held hostage somewhat unfairly by the wokeness. He says he doesn't like the increasingly political and increasingly commercial tastes. Then he says he doesn't like, for example, the media backlash for when Viola Davis was not given an award. He's like, no, sweetheart, you didn't deserve it. He said, we voted for the 5 we thought were the best. It's not fair for you to start suddenly beating a frying pan and say they're ignoring black people. They're really not. He said they're making an effort. Maybe there was a time 10 years ago when they were, but they have all the high profile things being in the forefront of wanting to be inclusive. So essentially, Viola Davis and the lady director need to sit down, shut up and relax.
Damn.
You didn't get a nomination. A lot of movies don't get nominations. Viola, you have 1 or 2 Oscars. You're doing fine. That's what the man said, amongst other things. So also, I said not one black person, one. However, Angela Bassett was nominated for Wakanda Forever, Best Supporting Actress. She did not win. The person who won it was... Sorry. I know her name. I can see her in my head. Hold on. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. And she won it for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. That film cleared like 7 awards, which I think is amazing. Because also the lead actress...
Is that a good film? Have you seen it?
I'm going to get to that in a second. I'm going to get to that. Don't look at me like that. I said I'm going to get to it. I don't cap. I will say whatever I say off air and on air. There's no consequences to this one. I'll tell you in a minute. So, when Matt said Jimmy Kimmel turned to, what's his name? Michael B. Jordan.
And
said
someone else.
And then, yeah, so Michelle Yeoh, I think I'm saying her right, last name right, she's Asian. She's the first Asian Best Actress winner, which I think is great. I think congratulations to the community. And she said, in her speech, she said, for all the little boys and girls who look like me watching tonight, this is a beacon of hope and possibilities. And ladies, don't let anybody tell you that you're ever past your prime. Right. So basically, yeah, she won it for a film called Everything Everywhere All at Once. That is the one that Jamie Lee Curtis won Best Supporting Actress for against Angela Bassett, blah, blah. So I decided to watch the trailer because I thought, okay, let me watch the trailer, see what this is about. I'll be honest with y'all, right? Everything All at Once, from the trailer that I watched, I think it deserved the award that it got. I think that
the trailer?
From the trailer.
Really?
Breathe a minute. Don't side-eye me, breathe a minute. Because he was cooking me this morning. Anyway, I think it deserved it from the trailer. Bearing in mind, I watched Wakanda Forever.
That was trash.
But the film, Everything Everywhere All at Once, it's not trash. So basically, it's a film, yeah.
I love
Don't
you
be silly.
so much, man.
It's not.
It's so funny.
Let me tell you why it's not trash. But it's about this woman, and she can basically exist in like different metaverses, right? She is fighting. She's got. You see how they're fighting Woman King, Asian version. She is fighting for her life. She's doing all sorts. I watched a 50 seconds trailer, and I'm watching that shit today. She deserved that. So did Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm not being funny or anything, but I'm not gonna be like, just because you're black, you should get it. We know what the Oscars is about. And I'm going to be real. I don't know what Jamie did in that film, but I'll let you guys know tomorrow. Whether she
After you watch it.
watched it. But all I'm going to say is this film cleaned up 7 Oscars and they deserve it. I think the only thing that will hold Wakanda, if we're all going to be honest and put Chadwick's death to the side, it was meaty.
Wakanda was what?
I said this. I did say this. And yes, I was 30 minutes late, but regardless of
matter.
Oh, you didn't miss nothing in that 30
You
minutes.
see?
Thank you. I missed the first 30 minutes. Everyone was like, oh, my opinion is invalid. And I said, I'm not going to lie, I didn't enjoy the film. I didn't get the...
So I'm not shocked, but they did get Best Costume Oscar.
Oh,
yeah, so I don't know if, the person behind that is black or not, but they got Best Costume. Yeah, they got Best Costume Design, Ruth Carter. So big up Ruth. But yeah, because I said that and Brett was acting all confused, talking about, you only watch trailers. I said, exactly. If I watch a full film or something and I watch a trailer or something and the trailer makes me already come to the judgment of, this is better, it is what it is. Yeah. So Brent, have you got anything else to add to that?
No, it's still void.
What's void?
Your take is void.
Okay.
You cannot tell me that a film is better if you haven't watched it.
Okay, but I can tell you that something was whack from when I watched it. So if something is whack here, the only way up.
Wakanda's not Oscar worthy. I don't need to know.
All.
I don't need to know what's in the category. I don't
know.
No, I don't care I don't care what it's going up against here. The chances of it winning was slimmer than me.
No. It is a conversation because I'm talking about the Oscars and I'm talking about Everything Everywhere All at Once being against Wakanda and Everything Everywhere All at Bloody Once.
You said they deserved that.
They did.
And you haven't even watched it yet.
Yes. But I'm sold.
I take your stance because this is what Mags does. He makes loud statements, right? So I take it and I respect.
Wait, you calling me mini mugs?
100%. But I respect it in that level, right?
Okay.
But anybody who's coming to have a conversation with me, a dialogue with me, an argument with me, and tells me this is better than that, and you haven't even seen it, I'm not understanding what they're saying.
I want to go and watch it.
But I respect your take because it's a take.
I ain't even seen the trailer, but I want to go and watch the film.
Yeah. I not want to watch it.
I should have got to play the trailer.
Your endorsement.
I should have got you to play the trailer, and then we can all let me know whether that shit don't look better already.
I swear you can do that. There's no rules against that. Run that.
There's
shit.
no rules. He's just been paid.
You want me to
Run that shit, man.
It's part of my word on road segment.
I'm not gonna be able to make money for this because it's somebody else's content. And you're
okay. Sorry, enough. I thought that was just music.
I've seen you play other people's content, but okay.
No, you haven't seen me play a whole trailer. That's not. Anyway, people, can you just
Everyone
go and
go
check the
watch
trailer
it.
out?
Everything,
because I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it.
I want to watch it today. I think I'm going to watch it.
I think we should all watch it today, and we'll come back tomorrow and we discuss.
Okay, I'm not watching it today.
Why? Are you busy?
Yes. When you leave here, you're gonna
Don't act
go
like-
to the cinema. You can afford to do that. I can't.
It's not in the cinemas anymore. Don't be rude.
Oh, it's not in cinemas.
Don't be rude.
If it's not in the cinemas,
You say we
I'm
were
gonna watch it
jobless.
today. Wait.
Nah, but you are.
I was talking
That was
to
low
Mags.
underhanded.
That was so.
Wait. I know Mags normally leaves here and says, "Oh, before I go filthy, I'm gonna go sleep." That's what he says. So I know he has space to watch something in a cinema. Do you understand?
Yeah, but it's never in the cinema. But
now
again,
that you've said that, now that you said that, I'm gonna download it.
It's not about that. It was about
Allegedly-
you being shady.
Allegedly, and I'll even shade link for his.
Yeah,
What is it called?
You might have it on your stupid stick.
Send it to me.
It should
please.
Send it to
definitely be on
me.
my fire
I
stick.
will.
Can
It'll
you throw it in
definitely be
the
on my
group
fire
chat?
stick.
Yeah, I will.
Thank you.
It'll definitely be on my fire stick. I'm watching it.
I will.
And he's right. I ain't got filthy today. I got a free run to the evening. I ain't got to film again until 8:00. So I will be watching it.
Hello, good morning.
Hello. Can you hear me?
We can
Yes,
hear
you
you.
can.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm driving at the moment, so I've got headphones on. How do I start this?
What's your name?
Long time listener, first time caller.
Big up, Lawrence.
I'm a big lover of film.
His name is not
A
Lawrence.
big lover of film and TV.
Long time
Pardon?
listener. Sorry, what is your name?
Tom. Name's Tom.
He's lying. Thank
Yeah,
you
of
very
course.
much, Tom. That's the. Go on, continue.
I'm a big fan of film and TV, and I just wanted to call in because I was hoping you guys would do an Oscar segment. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once is an incredible film.
Big up.
I don't know.
Big up, Tom.
I
up, Tom.
don't know how Esther could tell that in the trailer. But I remember watching it last year.
She could have.
Tom, I was on your side. Don't make me cut the line. Because again, the trailer's that
Don't
sick
cut
that I
the
thought,
line,
no,
but,
this
like-
has to be good.
No, it's a good film. Like when I watched it, it changed a lot because I work in the industry, so I'm behind the scenes stuff. And the kind of when it came out, it was a very big deal. And the
that's
fact that it's still getting all
you
the
got money.
press a year later is mad. Like it's unheard of on that budget, on that team, on those actors. Every single one of them deserved it. The directors deserved the script and the direction they got. Jamie Lee Curtis didn't deserve Best Supporting Actor.
Okay.
Actress, sorry. That should have gone to Stephanie Hitsu, who played the kid in the film.
Okay.
Okay.
Still a big win nonetheless, and I agree with all your takes on Black Panther as well. Wakanda Forever. It wasn't the leg. I remember watching the first one, and I was like, "Ooh." I went with a lot of people who didn't really go cinema. So this is 2018, and they all walked out high as anything, and I kind of walked out like, "Oh, I don't know what to say." And then this time I was like, "Okay, you know what? Spend some time. New story. Chadwick is sad, but maybe it's good." And I walked out feeling even worse.
Yeah.
And the only good thing was Angela Bassett for me. And it's a shame that she didn't win, but I also understand why she didn't win. I don't think she deserved to lose to Jamie. She should have lost to Stephanie, but that's just my own personal opinion.
One thing I will say, sorry, you
yeah.
think I'm being harsh, yeah? Like, obviously, if we're going to compare the Wakanda films, there's no comparison whatsoever, Like, it's a non-starter if you're just comparing it, But even as a standalone movie, if this was the first offering that they gave me,
Nah, it ain't
this is not it.
I think it was just a sentimental
It's really
thing.
not good.
I think it was sentimental
Like,
because
it's
Chadwick.
honestly not good.
Yeah.
Sorry, finish your.
I think you guys are correct.
Go,
I
bro.
think a lot of people share that sentiment. A lot of people just scared to say it because, we're all black and we have to support black things. But sometimes it's like, it is what it is. It's just hard to be you can't always be exceptional, but when you're not exceptional, the ceiling is a lot lower, and it's not nice for modern people especially. So it just sucks. That's all. Maybe the next one. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And yeah, you guys are doing great. I love your show. I would love to be like, I don't know, this is like a weird plug. But if there was ever to be a film segment or TV segment on the show, Brent, I'd love to get the phone call.
Email me, bro.
Yeah, send in the email.
Yeah, send the email.
Let us get your credentials. Let's see where I go on.
Okay, producer.
Yeah, I don't know what your email is, Brent, but I'll try to find it.
It's in the description.
Yeah, have a good one.
Bless.
Bye.
Cool.
You know, all I heard as well, yeah, was that I watched a trailer or something. He co-signed and said that it is a great film. I'm going to forget everything else said
You're
after
saying you
that.
got foresight. You're
don't
a
care.
visionary.
Foresight, because you know me, because he's like, I don't know how she can tell, but baby, that's the answer. I saw a trailer and I said, that's a good one. That means I've got foresight. I'm the name you can trust. I'm adding that to my bio. I'm adding that. I'm adding that to my intro. I'm the one you can trust. I'm the name you can trust. Are you okay?
All right.
A whole industry insider,
All
you
right.
know.
I still have to
Cool
watch
to say
this.
that guy was all right.
I still have to watch this, right? I still have to watch this. So I know what a good film is.
So do I, clearly.
So when it is that come tomorrow,
Yes.
we'll see.
Thank you. Are you going to admit it? Are you going to be objective?
I wouldn't lie about films, man.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
This is lit. I'm very excited about this because I've got a new thing to add to my CV of what I bring to the table. This is lit. So that happened, right? And then also something else that stole the attention was Tems's dress. Before I get that, I'll wait for Ginny to come back. I want to hear her opinion on it. And I've seen the pictures I need to put up. But I'll talk about The Little Mermaid. So the trailer for that is officially out. It is out on May the 26th in the UK and America and everything as well. I can't wait to watch that. I'm very excited to watch it. It looks really, really sick. I'm so happy because they got the crab. He has got a Caribbean accent. Sebastian is Caribbean. I'm very glad about that. I'm really looking forward to it. So if you want to see the trailer, go on Hallie's Instagram, Halle Bailey, her Instagram is, and watch the trailer. I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm so looking forward to seeing the outrage from Little Mermaid. It's going to be so funny.
I can't wait to see. I need to even message my sister-in-law. I need to book my niece.
Hilarious.
Sorry, have you seen the trailer? Can you call it?
Sorry?
Can you call it?
It's a
Or
good
does it
one.
just work?
No,
like-
it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah?
It's a good one. Dickhead. Piece of shit. I want to talk about Thames' dress. See what you done? Because you were out here challenging my authority.
Okay, I'll give you 2 seconds.
Right, give me 2 seconds. All right, so watch trailer, blah, blah, blah. So Thames' dress here stole the show at the Oscars, yeah? Brad, can you put the picture up, please?
Did you see a tweet though? It's annoying because I didn't screenshot it. It was like, imagine coming to the Oscars and having to sit behind, like,
Did you see that woman doing,
it was so funny.
trying to peek?
Sorry, what?
So that's Thames' dress. Can you put the other picture up so they
All
can
that
see the
stuff
full?
behind?
Yeah.
So she's got
That's
like a
the picture.
halo.
Yeah. So they were like, imagine coming to Oscars and you had to sit behind
Do
it.
you see what, look at the guy
way.
next to her. His head is like this.
That's what she done.
Yeah. I respect it though.
That's grown.
I don't, because I'm just like, it's selfish.
No,
No,
it's
that's
got,
Oscar
no, it's
shit. though.
cold.
That's boss.
No,
that's
but
boss
basically
shit.
people were saying how last year they had tables in it. So I don't think she expected this kind of setup. But I would feel so awkward.
Nah, boy.
Because I know I'm
She looks like a swan.
She just
looks stunning though.
She looks like a swan and she looks graceful.
She
So I
don't even
love that for
attempt to
her.
look black. She just got to own it. She's got to
Like,
look forward
yeah,
all night.
literally.
Sit there.
But she's got that face that she just did.
Yeah,
She
you
looked
have
the
to.
least
You
bothered.
can't. I feel
like
like
whatever's going on behind me is irrelevant. I don't
it's
even
got
know.
nothing to do with me. Take
I
that
like
regard.
it, but
Suppose you're behind her. I'm not having that.
Now he could have been behind her. He would have
I'm
put
having
that.
that.
So what are you gonna do?
And I would move seats.
I'll
would have
tuck
to
it
talk-
in.
I wouldn't even
You
make a
can't tuck
scene,
it
but I'm
in.
going to talk to the
You're gonna
organisers then.
touch
Like,
my-
I need to
you're gonna
move.
touch my
I'm
outfit.
going to. No, I won't bother Thames.
Wait.
I'm not going to bother Thames. I'm going to go and talk to the
Wait. Is it
organisers
because of
and these
Tems?
are moving
Is it
me.
because of Tems?
Yeah, probably. I'm just not going to. Yeah.
If it's a white girl,
Who?
does it matter?
Yeah.
I don't think.
If it was like Helen Mirren or something, I'd be like, she's cool, whatever.
All right. Which white are you gonna tuck it in?
Well, who has to go?
Yeah.
Lady Gaga got to move.
Stephanie, go to the back.
You can get that foolishness and fuck out my face.
Do you know what I was thinking about? You know when she went to the awards dressed in meat? I was thinking,
Yeah.
stank.
She got to go.
But yeah, so I like the outfit. I think in the outfit, when you see the full thing, she looks stunning as always, yeah. But I just felt like that was a little bit, in my opinion, I just feel that was selfish, man.
This is
But again,
disrespectful.
I don't think they knew. Look at the woman. She's fighting for her life.
She's creepy.
Can I be honest?
Like,
Do you know why for me it's nothing here? Because I possess main character energy sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you. You just have to take that up with God.
that's fine, but not if I'm sitting behind you. There's no way I'm doing this.
What are these takes? What are these takes I'm hearing? What are these takes I'm hearing?
You heard what I said. I said what I said, and I didn't.
First of all, don't pluralize it.
No, I
look me in
said
the eye.
I operate in main character energy sometimes, and it is what it is. I don't care. Even when I went to, I remember when
Evidently.
no, but then is it my fault that you're not dressed as glam?
No, but you know what I think though? I think that should have been a clipping.
Sorry, girls.
That's a clipping.
Should have unclipped that after the red carpet.
If y'all was sat behind this woman,
But I can't be sat behind that woman. I can't.
But what would y'all do?
I'm saying move me.
So you would move.
I said no, but I already said from the start. You're not listening to me. Listen, this is why you missed the whole film review as well. Listen to me. I'm saying, this is selfish because there's no way you're blocking my. I'm not doing this all night.
No, but you have main character syndrome too.
And
so all right, in my mind, if it is you have main character syndrome and you're sat in behind someone who has main character syndrome, you're not moving. You're telling the person in front of you to get moved.
No, but you know what it is.
Whose main is main?
my main is always the top bitch.
So why are you moving then? Why are you discomforting
What do you
yourself?
mean?
Now, if there's,
you asked
if
me
there's
if I was
nobody's
behind
behind
that.
it, if there's nobody's behind it, they're screwed. But you see, if I'm a somebody,
But why are you moving?
Because
How main is your main?
No,
My main
realistically,
is main enough
you
to
see the
get up and
dress.
say move me, and I get moved.
You see the dress, yeah. The dress is part of it, innit? Yeah. So it's a non-starter. That's not going anywhere. And
Yeah,
if
exactly.
she's famous enough to a level, then you have to be respectful that you're not gonna get her out of
She
there.
should have sat on the edge
I think so.
of the row.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think
That's disgraceful. Because if she was sat behind somebody like that, she'd have a problem with that.
No, I'd be the
Yes.
one moving, but I'd get moved. It wouldn't be a problem. Like,
Yeah, like me moving.
Oh, you wouldn't mind moving, basically.
I wouldn't mind.
But I feel like I can be a main
Even though
character
all of
and
your
moved.
Achilles are on that row, you wouldn't mind moving and going to sit down next to somebody who sticks.
No, you just swap with
Oh,
the
well,
lesser
then maybe
fee.
they got to swap all my
Okay,
kiddies.
I actually have to go now.
All right, see you later, baby.
No, it's in that. My time is fast spent. I have to go. Sorry. Thank you so much.
See you later.
The words so sweet.
I feel like I can be a main character, yeah, and still not sit behind that.
I'm taking it so I can finish it.
If the person in front of me is main character, I'm main character behind as well. I can still move. Sorry.
That's all right.
They're causing a ruckus over there.
Sorry.
It's not you guys. Never use Brent. Always Brent. But do you get what I mean? I don't feel like me asking to be moved means I'm any less of a character. I think the dress is nice in all its glory, but I just think that was wild. But again, a lot of people are saying that her stylist must have thought that, it was a round table setting like they had last year, so she wouldn't have expected to be blocking anyone's views, anything like that. But all the best to all parties involved. But yeah,
Because at the end of the day, yeah, I think asking her to move would be stupid. Again, because I didn't, like you said, she didn't know, innit? We didn't get the memo. Last time there was tables, this is the red carpets. This is my swag. You know what I'm trying to say? So if I'm in that and I'm wearing, this is my seat where they told me to sit, and this is what I'm wearing, this is what I'm sitting. Sorry for the inconvenience, guys, but I'm not going anywhere. My clothes ain't coming off, and I'm not moving. And where I understand that logic, yeah, like, me creating up a fuss to try and get someone to move is more trouble than it's worth, because it don't make sense. They're not in the wrong. You get what I'm trying to say? So this doesn't fall on the person. The organisers just have to appease me. I'm not sitting here. You get me? So just move me. Let her do what she's doing. Put it on someone. I don't care somebody's got to sit there. I don't care who it is. It ain't me.
Every time
You know what I mean?
anytime I've sat behind somebody that's got a event on their head, I don't stay there. I think that's what am I here for then? To just look at the back of your head. Someone had a picture up here and it said, what the people behind Tems can see in a shower curtain. That's not me. That's not my story. Ain't no way. I will move. I don't mind if you want to sit there, obviously, whatever. But I do think that, obviously, with these shows, it's like allocated seats or whatever. But I do think there should be considerations when people get there with the outfits where you can make last minute changes. Because seeing her there is wild. But then again,
They got to read the room as well, man. Once they saw her, the event organizer should have been on the walkie-talkie on some. Tems can't sit there.
But you know, I think the person that's sitting
Move
behind her wasn't relevant enough.
That's what I think. That's a no. But there's no way there's somebody sitting behind her.
But
no
I
chance.
would
Never know.
But I don't care how much. Say I'm the one who's a nobody, yeah? I don't care. Then why have I come out of my house to not see anything?
Yeah.
I don't care how nobody I am. I'm somebody enough to be here.
Yeah.
Move me. I'm not doing that. Do you know how mad it is? It's just breaking my neck.
And those look like prime seats because look, Creed is there.
Michael B. Jordan.
No, the other one.
Oh, the other
The
guy.
proper one, yeah.
Yeah, sit me right next to him. That's where I want to sit. Got a good view to my left and to my right.
Wild.
It's mad, man. I don't know. But again, I guess if you don't know what kind of seating you're expecting, maybe they need to start. Maybe then they might start sharing this information with the stylists and stuff beforehand. So you know what to get. Because stuff like this should enforce a dress code.
Are the people making a scene about it?
Yeah. It's hella memes. Hella memes. It's been trending all night. Hella memes. But basically people are saying that this might be a call for a dress code. I think you should do all the fancy stuff you want to do on the red carpet. But when you get into the venue, stop all of this. Like you need to have unclippable, like even people that come with like trains that's like how many long. So what are you telling me when you sit down in a row of people, are we all sharing that? Or are you tucking it under people's seats? Unclip that and make that a mini dress when you get in here. Anyway, that is all from me. Let's get into our last headlines for today.
Did I say the other guy or did I say the main guy?
You said the other guy. What's his name again?
Did I say the other guy?
Yeah, you
sure?
still don't know his name, so you definitely said the other guy.
No, the main guy. I
He's
like
not
him
the
better
main
than
guy. You
the
said
other one.
Creed, and then she said what Michael B.
I said
Jordan.
you said
And
the
you said
other
no,
guy.
the other guy.
So you didn't say the other guy in that way. You just
What's
said,
his name again?
Let me Google it.
Don't Google
Because
it. That's
I
rude.
see
You
him
shouldn't
as
have to Google
Creed.
it.
I see him as...
Anybody
That's
could
why
Google
I will
it.
go to the cinema to watch him.
Jonathan Majors.
Why did you do that? I wanted to see if you don't need to respect this man's
So
name
you-
without having to Google
Did you know it?
I knew it was Jonathan Majors.
No,
You know
did
when
not.
I discovered him?
I forgot.
You're going to lie the day after God's day.
I forgot, but
When did
I
you
knew
discover
that
him?
was the
When did you
name.
discover him?
When did I discover Jonathan Majors?
You forget that too.
That series with the monsters.
Wavy,
thing.
right?
It was all right.
Did you... Ugh, it wasn't all
I was
right.
about to say, why should we go
it
with
was-
your
that
That
recommendation?
was good. That was good sci-fi, man.
I didn't finish it. It started getting a bit. It started getting crazier than I was prepared for. Do you get what I mean, though, Brent? It got weirder than I was prepared for. I was like,
I was ready for all of that.
yeah, no, it
Not
started
sure
getting
John.
crazy,
I don't know
man.
him like that.
Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft.
Oh, I love that, man. I
Yeah.
love that. And I love the little girl, the mum, all of that, man. And again, my head's already there. Like possession and occultism and all that kind of stuff. I'm already there. So I was loving the arc, man.
Yeah, and then
First of
they've
all-
been there
And that, the love that was in there too, between him and the...
and the gal and that. Yeah.
You know
That's
what makes
black
me
love,
laugh,
man.
yeah? People are so fake.
What?
People are commenting about, what's his name, you know? Big Jonathan. Shut up. I ain't never heard any of y'all talk about this man until Creed 3 came out. Even all the girlies that are doing, oh my gosh, he's so this, he's so this. I had never heard any of you guys crush on this man once.
I ain't even
They
seen
said
Creed
he's
and I wanted to see Creed
civil
because of
rights
him.
fan. That is crazy.
What?
They're saying Jonathan Majors. Ain't you seen that what they're saying online that he's civil rights fan.
He is civil rights fine.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Every time I see him, I just see him as you got taken out of an era and you got placed in here. You ain't from this era. This 2023. You ain't from here. You're from civil rights.
Oh, you reckon he's from like the 1930s?
Yeah. It's pulled up everything. Everything. He was standing next to Malcolm and them. 100%. With his vest and all sorts, flexing. Putting the line and that.
Yeah.
So
You
that
are
face got busted, didn't it?
just a character.
Even in Lovecraft Country, it was the same type of role.
I haven't watched that. It's like a love thing.
It is very, very love thing.
It's very romantic.
It's very romantic, but it's
Are you lying to
dark
me?
romance. Yeah, it's dark romance.
Dark romance. What's dark romance?
Because it's you have what's them people called as well? Not Illuminati, type of Illuminati stuff, right?
Okay.
And it's all magic and whatnot.
Okay. Was there
Really
love,
good.
like a love story in there?
Masons and them. Yeah, there's love.
Okay. You know,
It's around love.
where there's love,
It's all about love.
there you will find me.
Lovecraft Country.
What was he doing before that?
Lovecraft.
Yeah.
That's just I discovered him from there. I didn't know him before.
What's killing me is you asking that this time. You asked him to put respect on his name. You should be reading off his CV.
No,
I
he
just-
met him when you just told me. Yeah. I was about to say Creed, but you just told me. What cool. You just told me. Sorry, I thought it was an opportunity, but
Yeah, because some people only know about him from like say like The Harder They Come. Is that what it's called?
How did they fall?
Harder They Fall. That's a good film though. I like that film. I actually liked it.
I haven't watched it.
You ain't seen it? Cowboy thing. It's decent, man.
Cowboy.
Yeah, it's black.
Yeah, he definitely is in that
black
vibe.
cowboys
That
with
is
Idris, with Idris and all that. It's just the cowboys, but it's all black youths in it.
Oh,
that was
I'll
a
watch
very
that.
good film.
Yeah, it's a good film.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that film.
I like
I
that.
watch it.
Check the trailer first.
You could just
See if we get
easily
your
check
wits
the
Check the
trailer.
trailer first. Yeah, I'll let you know. If the trailer's good, I'll let you know if it's officially, if it's Esther approved. Dickheads. Let's get to our next headlines.
All right.
All right, guys. Trigger warning here. We're going to be talking about a paedophile. So it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace, Fury, as pedo Gary Glitter given £54,000 in legal aid for sex abuse trial despite sitting on fortune overseas. The paedophile Gary Glitter received £54,337 in legal aid for his 2015 sex abuse trial despite sitting on a fortune. That is more than twice the £21,000 he was first thought to have got. The revelation comes after photos emerged of the ex-glam rock star, who is age 78, browsing a smartphone in a Bell hostel, innit? Thank you. He was released from prison last month after serving half of a 16-year term for child abuse. Glitter is thought to be worth £8 million, but has it stashed in a company based in the West Indies tax haven of Anguilla. The legal aid cost was revealed after a Freedom of Information request. A source said it's a disgrace he receives so much when he's hiding a fortune abroad. It's also more than double than first thoughts, which is appalling. Now the taxpayer will be picking up a hefty bill to keep him inside his Bell hostel and clothed and washed and monitored so he does not reoffend. People are right to be outraged. Glitter was first arrested for child abuse images in 1997. He spent 3 years in a Vietnam jail from 2006 for abusing 2 girls and is now free after serving half of a 16-year term for child abuse. The monster, whose depraved and dreadful crimes from 1975 and 1980 included the attempted rape of a girl of 8, still owns a flat in London. Our next headline is about a Walsall nightclub killer urged to hand themselves in. Trigger warning here again. Detectives have urged the killer of a man stabbed to death at a nightclub to hand yourself in as soon as possible. Akeem Francis Kerr, who's age 29, was killed at Felicia's nightclub in Walsall's town centre on Saturday, prompting a murder inquiry. His family said he was one of the greatest of men and his unmatched energy, mindset and love will forever live on. No one has currently been arrested in connection with the stabbing. Speaking outside the nightclub earlier, Superintendent Phil Dolby of West Midlands Police said, "We're going to catch you." He said, "I would encourage you to hand yourself in as soon as possible, as the longer you leave that, the more that may go against you in the later court of law." The force said Mr. Francis Kerr's family were being supported by officers. It has set up a dedicated contact portal for anyone who has information to get in touch with the investigation team, it added. Officers are speaking to witnesses and reviewing CCTV footage from around the area, the force said. The killing comes less than 2 months since Bailey Atkinson was fatally stabbed in the town. Mr. Dolby said there was no evidence at all to suggest the 2 deaths were linked. And our last headline for today is about severe cold and heavy snow to return next week after brief respite. That is sad news. Parts of the UK are set to face heavy snow and severe cold again next week after a brief respite from wintry conditions which has caused widespread disruption in recent days. Despite the flurry of weather alerts for snow and ice finally abating on Sunday morning, which brings markedly milder temperatures, forecasts suggest parts of England will be again subject to snow and icy conditions between Monday and Thursday. The UK Health Security Agency, UKHSA, has issued a new weather alert in force over that period, warning that the freezing conditions could increase the health risks to vulnerable patients and disrupt the delivery of services. Many parts of the UK shivered through another freezing day on Saturday, with cloud and rain spreading in from the west as temperatures plunged as low as minus 15.7 degrees Celsius in the Scottish Highlands after Storm Larissa battered parts of the UK with gales and blizzards. Motorists were told only to drive if necessary, while 2 hill-walking families in North Wales had to be rescued after getting caught in poor weather, and rare snow rollers were spotted in Northern Ireland's County Down. But Sunday morning brought a mild start for many, save for in northern Scotland, with temperatures of 9 degrees Celsius in London, 10 degrees in Cardiff and 8 degrees in Glasgow, as of 9 a.m, just days after the coldest March night on record since 2010. Rain was expected to spread across most parts of the UK on Sunday. Forecasters said as a band of wet weather moves in across England from the southwest throughout the evening, with large parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland affected for much of the day. But temperatures were again set to drop next week after hitting highs of 13 degrees Celsius in London and Manchester on Sunday, with Met Office forecaster Greg Dewhurst warning that the UK is facing a real rollercoaster in our weather over the next few days. Do you think if it snows in summer, people might think the world is ending?
But definitely. Ain't it snowing in LA or something? Ain't that the same kind of shit?
Is it always sunny there?
I think so.
Yikes. That is serious.
There has been the weather stuff over there in America, innit, recently? Yeah. So
It's crazy.
it's the same kind of shit.
Basically.
We had 40 degrees last year. If we get 40 degrees again this year,
I'll be honest, I want to be at that.
then that's not an outlier. That's going to be like, that's going to do that. It's going to do that every year. Like, honest, if it comes, if it falls again this year, then that might
This
be
is
the
it
norm.
now. This is our norm.
I'm
need
here for it. I'll
heat.
take it.
I take it. I can't with this cold. I actually take it.
Yeah.
Get the crop tops out, ladies.
40 degrees in London is yucky, yeah.
It is because there's no breeze.
Yeah, it's not like holiday
Just
heat.
humid.
But still, I'd rather that than be hot. I'm a summer baby. So that's my element. I ain't gonna complain.
You know the vibes.
You hear me? I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. Well, that being said, let's get into reaction.
It's going to be a short reaction today. In honour of final score, I'm just going to read out the results from the weekend. I know some of you don't missed it.
Why is it going to be short?
Why? Because there's not really much to talk about. Is there?
All right.
What, do you not care that you don't beat Fulham like you knew you was going to beat Fulham?
Did you watch the games?
I watched... What game did I watch this weekend? Let me see. I watched Leicester-Chelsea.
Was the only game you watched?
Yeah, it's the only game I watched. On the Sunday I was out, so I never saw none of the football.
All right, okay. Sorry. You normally get on to me for not watching games, but all right.
I wasn't sitting in my house, I was out. I couldn't physically watch
All right,
it.
okay.
But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe you want to talk about it more. Maybe it's more exhilarating for you. But I mean, what was the highlight of the weekend worth talking about? United dropping points again? Maybe.
So, how did you play?
I didn't see. I don't know.
How do you feel about the red card? Did you feel you got cheated? I heard that the refs weren't giving you guys a fair shake. Is that true?
Haven't seen it. Don't know. Looked like from what I saw online, it looked like a red card. I'm hearing that they're moaning about penalties and stuff. I don't know.
All right, so I can't really engage you today because you haven't done your homework.
That's why I said it's going to be short.
All right, cool. People, you've heard? The one-off, Margs has not done his homework.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure someone will be quick to volunteer to come and do our job for us. You can get them in next week because they're dying for it.
Wait. You know why I did that, right?
Of course I do.
All right, okay. We got some fun with it. I don't know if they will take that.
No, this is my fun there. I have to have fun in my way too.
Yeah, precisely.
Exactly. I love it.
But can I read off the scorelines in like final score style? Please.
Yes.
Because they never done it for the weekend.
Yes.
You might as well.
Yes.
So.
No, first of all, not him auditioning to get a call.
So on Saturday, the results went: Bournemouth 1, Liverpool 0, Everton 1, Brentford 0, Leeds United 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 2, Leicester City 1, Chelsea 3, Tottenham Hotspur 3, Nottingham Forest 1, Crystal Palace 0, Manchester City 1. And the results on the Sunday are as follows: Fulham 3. Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
Failed my audition. Fulham 0, Arsenal 3. Manchester United 0, Southampton 0. Stop that.
Stop.
West Ham 1, Aston Villa 1, and Newcastle United 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Again, sorry, I was at a kids' party. I didn't watch none of the games, so I can't talk. I don't know whether we played good, whether we deserved it. I feel like we was lucky to come away with a point, going a man down. I will say, yeah, Casemiro let himself down. He's let himself down. That's two red cards in 3 Prem appearances. That's going to be 8 games he's missed this season through suspension. That's not on. You get me? That's not on. He needs to do better there. He's got to hold himself better. But yeah, I swear, man, saying like 500 or however many appearances before in European, he never got no red. And now he just come in and he's got 2. It's an agenda. It's an agenda. The referees, man, it's an agenda.
Wait. You twisted your mouth when you said that. But when I saw that clip, I was like, what is he trying to say?
That there's an agenda. There's a Manchester United agenda. The referees influenced that game yesterday.
So none of the cards deserved the red.
Huh?
None of the incident deserved the red.
No, that's not what you're saying.
But I'm asking you, because if you're saying it's an agenda, that's basically what it is you're looking to say.
No, there's an agenda on Manchester United.
To give them a red when it's due.
Just highlight it. They're just moving strange. There's other things. There's decisions that's not going our way. There's other people who get red cards that don't get red cards. You get me? There's time to make VAR get involved. Then in the same game, VAR's not getting involved. It's just an agenda, Brent. That's the thing with agendas. Yeah. That's the thing with agendas.
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
Yeah. They don't always...
Let them do the stuff.
Yeah.
Keep you guys under the heel.
That's what it is. Yeah, agendas. People don't like to talk about them. And it's all covert stuff. Sometimes this doesn't make any sense, but they're there.
Yeah, right. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Should I read off this about the fight, the Usyk and Fury fight? It's confirmed.
That'll be good.
All right, let's do that then.
That'll be good. I'm looking forward to that.
Usyk and Fury fight is confirmed.
Did you just say?
Usyk.
What did he say?
I keep calling him Usyk. I don't know
why. He said Usyk.
I do it all the time. I don't know why.
You know, it didn't dawn on me that's what you were doing until I was like, what? No way. I might be able to clip.
All right, Usyk.
Might clip that.
So the Usyk and Fury fight is confirmed. The World Boxing Association says it has received confirmation of an agreement between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk's teams for their undisputed heavyweight fight. The unification bout is due to take place on the 29th of April at Wembley Stadium, but on Friday, Usyk's promoter said the fight was unlikely to happen next. However, the WBA says an agreement was made before Friday 10 p.m. GP deadline, though both sides have requested time to work on the contracts close to the deal. A lawyer for the Ukrainian told news agency Reuters the parties had agreed terms that will see Britain's Fury take a 70 split to Usyk's 30. Early on Friday, Fury posted on social media channels offering a 70-30 split. In a later Instagram video, Usyk said he would accept if the Englishman immediately donated 1 million to the people of Ukraine and also gave up 1% of his purse to Ukraine for every day he delayed. Fury 34 is the WBC champion, while 36-year-old Usyk holds the WBO, WBA and IBF belts. Former undisputed cruiserweight champion has won all 20 professional bouts, while Fury has 33 victories and 1 draw in his record. And that's the end of the reaction. Let's get into done at it. You brought him up, and I saw him earlier, and I was just like, not again, man. What's this guy doing? Just a quick one again as well. We can go home now, but I just wanted to talk about Gary Glitter quickly. I didn't even know the guy was still alive, if I'm totally honest with you. Like, this guy is sick. I don't know how he's managed. Like, I don't know how he's managed to just like still be here and do the things that he was doing. Like these man's like them doing like heinous acts. Then he left. Do you remember when he went to Vietnam and you see the pictures of him with the little gal and all that? And,
yeah.
And then he got nicked. He's done time in Vietnam for bothering two little girls again. Then he's forwarded black and he's done more time. It's all the same shit. This guy is like a repeat. This guy will not learn his lesson. The fact that he's got all that money laying up in the Caribbean and he's got homes and properties and all that stuff. This is a dangerous man, isn't it? This is just a dangerous man. And I don't know why the government will be paying legal aid for him. I don't understand how the laws work, but if you know a man's got money, I don't understand why you're doing that for. And then like, plus is all his paedophilia and all that. Like, I don't understand why we want to be giving this guy the fucking Shamima Begum treatment. You get what I'm trying to say? We need to be taking this guy's citizenship. He shouldn't be allowed here. This is crazy. Like, honestly, and this is from like 1975. Like, Quay, he's been like from time. He was a rock star, proper rock star, and the kind of kids that he was trying to deal with, the people that under the age of 13. Wiley's like a superstar, a rock star. I just don't even understand the logic. I just don't get it. I just honestly just don't get it. I don't understand how he's still here. I don't understand how they're paying for his. I just don't get it. And I honestly, he needs to have his citizenship taken long before Shamima.
It's mad.
What's that? Oh, I know, that's just a thing. Yeah, long before Shamima. So yeah, we highlighted it before, obviously, because we read the story, you know that. Yeah, but like, he's definitely done it. I think he's going back to jail again because obviously this video he's there talking about the dark net and browsing the dark web, and that goes against his conditions on his license. You get me? He's prohibited from all that sort of activity. You know what I'm trying to say? So where there's proof of him actually doing it, I'm guessing it's going to be a breach, and he's going to go back to prison again. I don't know how long he's going to get, but they got to put a stop to this, man. They got to build that island that we was talking about and just leave him there or something. This guy's a fucking piece of shit, man. So yeah, it just pissed me off, man. I don't know. So I thought I'd highlight it. But Gary Glitter is definitely done out here. Please revoke his membership, man, to these great British Isles.
That's right.
He's done out here. Let's get into our outro.
All right, so Gary Lineker has been
Ladies, get your panties together.
And he's put a few tweets, and it reads, "After a surreal few days, I'm delighted that we have navigated a way through this. I want to thank you all for the incredible support, particularly my colleagues at BBC Sport, for the remarkable show of solidarity. Football is a team game, but their backing was overwhelming. I have been presenting sport on the BBC for almost 3 decades and am immeasurably proud to work with the best and fairest broadcaster in the world. I cannot wait to get back in the Match of the Day chair on Saturday. A final thought. However difficult the last few days have been, it simply doesn't compare to having to flee your home from persecution or war to seek refuge in a land far away. It's heartwarming to have seen the empathy towards their plight from so many of you. We remain in a country of predominantly tolerant, welcoming, and generous people. Thank you, Red Love Heart."
They empowered that man. It's terrible.
You think he walked back?
Well, he did say that they were the best of the best and the fairest of the fairest. I think that was the caveat. That was the consolation. That was meeting them halfway.
Best of the best of the best of the fair.
Then he did still go on to talk about immigration anyway.
Yeah, he basically said what everybody would agree with.
Yeah, but then don't you think that how he says that how we are a people of this, that means Britain is very inclusive and Britain is not racist?
That's what they made sure. Let him know this is Britain, good, fair, and not racist.
I don't know if I rate that.
Serious? You think he bent over?
Huh?
What?
What did you say?
What?
Don't do this.
You think he bent over?
You know what it is, yeah? I don't think we're taking in how important. I didn't realise how important Match of the Day was. That institute, like the fact that it's been on for all these years, like it's never not been there. Like how important it is to people, the freedom to people to get to watch the football and stuff like that. I didn't realise like what it meant. I've seen a few think pieces from a few reporters that I haven't even read up yet to get into it. But it's like this was like a big deal. This was a massive deal. To make him come out of this smelling like roses and looking like some champion and this is dangerous. This is not good.
You think you see all the people that stood with him, they're done, you know.
One by one, you're gonna be.
They will never work in this town again, you know. Because the way he came back, like, he came back on their side. None of them were even called for anything.
You're back on whose side?
He's still paddies with the BBC.
I think Alan Shearer and Ian Wright will be cool, yeah?
Yeah.
But everybody
But
else,
everybody
I don't
else,
think so.
Like slowly but surely, let's say
They'll
like
click them.
next year,
Yeah.
you're gonna hear like shake up, budget cuts.
Yeah.
That is
They're
the
gonna-
most
they're getting-
Switzerland
they're getting
statement.
axed. They're
That's
getting
yeah.
clipped.
That's the most Switzerland statement I ever read after a shake-up. After you doing the most. That is the most Swiss. That is so like, I don't like problems. I like peace type of vibe. Everybody else that was quick to do, I know you're not going to call me, but I did it. You better delete your tweets quick. So actually, they've already got it.
Yeah, all the I wasn't supposed to be working this weekend, but you ain't never supposed
never
to be
working.
working again.
Never
You're never gonna you're
Never
never
your
gonna be
assigned
working
shifts,
that
bruv.
weekend again.
No, like you said, it's going to be like, oh, budget cuts. And
Yeah.
they're going to start finding smart ways to be like, oh, there's budget cuts. And we're going to, your show's not really doing well. Somebody picking up, we're not going to renew you for another season. We're not going to, all of that stuff. Because that statement he put out, that's very PR. That's very, I'm keeping my monies.
Really?
Yeah, he ain't gonna. That contract thing was definitely not at the forefront of his mind.
I wonder what Ian was gonna say. I'm back, bitches.
See you tomorrow.
Ian's straight because Ian said he don't mind working. He was just saying if they did this my
Fired
brethren,
him.
I'm gone. You get me? So Ian's cool.
Ian's
coming out of this smelling like roses.
Yes.
Like, Ian looks like the truth
Ian
right
and
now.
what's his name? Gary
to
about
them.
to be the Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg of football. They're about to be loved. Do you get me? Everybody else.
They got to do something, man. They can't be walking around looking all smug and that. It's probably gonna like go in places taking pictures together and that. Like their tweets.
What,
are just
Gary and
gonna-
Thingy?
Yeah, Gary and Ian and that. Even just the way they talk, their
I told
tweets are
you.
going to be loaded. What are they? He's probably going to make like a because he does think he's funny, tongue in cheek stuff. He's probably going to make a little joke in the intro of Match of the Day. And they're going to laugh
will.
and giggle.
Heck, I'm gonna watch it.
And they're going to be there. And we came through on skate. Like it's too powerful. We got to shut this down. I'd be seething. I got to shut this down. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I don't know. If your best player, you understand that principle because you're used to be sycophants for Ronaldo.
So if your best player,
Yeah, if your best player is performing and bringing in the bucks, then you make sure that they feel valued and
I got
they feel like the
to
most
get back.
important.
I got to get back. I don't know if it's in next time contract talks. I don't know what, but I've got to do something to appease them. Something's got to happen. Something. You can't just get away with this. You can't just get
Yeah, it
away
would
with
definitely be reflected in his contract. I feel like they're gonna let things die down now. But 100%, when it's time to talk contracts again, I don't think this is the end of it for Gary. Against Gary by the BBC.
they're
by the
gonna
way.
play the long game.
They're
yeah.
playing the long game.
Yeah, because right now they needed to nip this in the bud real quick. Because their masters, the government, told them, hey, there's too much going on.
Yeah, no,
Clean it up.
They're gonna get back, and it don't matter when it comes as well. You gotta watch that situation because it could take them 12, 18 months to do what they need to do. You get me? This is it's sticky territory. You get me? But we need to keep an eye on that.
Something's gonna happen for sure.
Black
So
man
you
can go
think-
first.
Black man could go first, you reckon?
Seen the trailer.
Let me talk about trailer one more time, yeah. If you make one more damn reference to a damn trailer in this room. So do you think that was a good statement then?
I think it was good for both parties because what BBC had to do was to clean up the nonsense that they now highlighted with their moves. And
Yeah.
in that sense, he did by saying the BBC are the best and the fairest. We all know that's
come
a
he said
lie.
that?
You understand? So
Yeah.
he knows that's also a lie.
Yeah.
So in that sense, that was the line that he told. That was the deal he had to sign, to get back into the books. And then he insisted, I still need to have a parting, like, I'm still me. And that was that last tweet.
Yeah, but then don't you feel like that last tweet as well, though? Even though it's still him wanting to talk about immigration, him saying we are a people that, him saying that there's a poor people that have poured out towards the whole matter of immigration, blah, blah, is still essentially saying that Britain is not a racist
Yeah,
country.
he's saying Britain agree with me, and the government's policies suck.
Yeah, but he didn't say that, though.
He didn't, but that's what that's saying though. Proud, happy, the thing that the majority of the people agree with me, and the majority of the people. He's also saying that the majority of the people in this country are like me. Also, you get me, like fair and rare, but he's still just going to be a mouthpiece for the BBC.
It's a shame. We're not-
And the
I mean,
BBC is in
yeah.
cahoots with the Conservatives. It's all bullshit, to be totally
Really
honest with
and
you.
truly.
But he's still got his paycheck, and we still got Match of the Day. So, I mean, I don't know, win-win, I guess. Uncle Ian's still there. So
Yeah, I'm blinded by the PR team. Well done.
Love it, man. All right, well, let's get into outro.
We're in it.
We're in it.
Okay, well,
That was breaking news.
Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we could just say bye, man.
Yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See y'all in the morning.
Bye.